those issues with relationships, those issues that we've been having should start. Communication should be more free flowing as well too. And then on the 7th as well, we got Venus can be conjuncting Saturn. So this will be this will actually won't be the last time they conjunct. There'll be one more conjunction coming up once Venus moves direct. So this could be issues with relationships and problems with that's going to be coming up. Plus that, and then on the 8th, we've got Venus in sextile to Uranus, which is actually quite positive with relationships and money. So we've got a lot of things happening this week, ups and downs. I feel like because we've got so many planets and sort of coming together here in Pisces, so we do have this Aries Piscean energy here, but we've got these planets that are close together at the end of Pisces coming into the beginning of Aries. So I feel like it's making everyone feel like a bit tired, lethargic, very cramped, and not knowing what's happening, and the world sort of being a bit of a weird, strange place where we're finding ourselves, where everything is coming in the collective. So once those planets sort of start to free up and they space apart, everything will feel a little bit better. It won't feel as crammed and condensed as it has been feeling the last couple of weeks. So this week I feel like this is about taking time, and it's about time to get moving, trying to get things back on track. But it might also be I feel like there was exciting times ahead this week, because we do have some very positive aspects here that's coming up as well. So let me go to the caller. So we got here Christina, who's in Texas. So hi, Christina, how are you?
Hi, I'm doing good. Just got out of the meeting and got home and got the call. Very excited.
Excellent. How can I help you today?
Oh, I don't know. Is it a question? Am I allowed to ask a question, or is it just? I'm just curious for an open read.
You can ask me a question.
I think the biggest thing.
What do you want to know?
Yeah, see, well, I guess my two interests would be mostly financial insecurity. I struggle a lot. I have my own business, but it's really slow because I was in a 4-year probate, and I've got a house my mom left me in an inheritance, and there's a lot on my plate, and I'm feeling overwhelmed about it. And then I guess the other thing would be love. But
by September, things are sorting itself out around the things that have caused you. From hearing, it's a bit of a disaster. But I feel like by September, things have sort of eased and sorting itself out for you. I do feel like next year there's more financial relief when we get to January next year. Like you're able to breathe more. Things are moving a lot more freely for you. And it's like at the moment, as I was just speaking, everything's feeling like quite cramped up and condensed. And I feel like there's also someone I get like that's very negative here as well around you. And if it's your son, I am hearing son, so I don't know if it's still your son, or could be like your mum's son, your brother. Because did you have a brother? Your mum had a son?
Yeah, my brother was actually the one in the probate who did a lot of damage and stole a lot of money from the family. And I've pretty much almost let that go. But his vibes do come in, and they're really strong and negative, and I'm usually able to handle that.
I feel like I got your mum here because I was hearing my son, and I was like, oh, so it's you, meaning your mum's son. She told me it's a bit of a disaster, and he's like he's a bit controlling, and he's the one that's also very negative. He's too opinionated, and he's got his hands dirty here. He's doing too much, and he's really. It's too much to handle is what she's saying to me. I feel like when your mum was here, she had a tight grip on everything. Like she liked to know what was going on. I feel like she likes to be informed. But I also feel like with your brother, I feel like he did some stuff even before she passed that wasn't the best either too. As well.
Yeah, he's pretty dangerous. He's had murder charges in Florida, and then he did a lot of damage to us. So I've separated myself, and I hear her worrying about him, but I also don't feel like I can really do anything. But that's where I'm at. I feel like
he got her to sign paperwork, which wasn't good as well, before she passed. But she's very sorry for the mess this is all caused. But I really feel like by September, this is all going to ease up on you. And I feel like that, I really feel like by January next year, you're just in a better position financially as well. I feel like you're staying doing the same sort of job. I feel like you're staying in that company or that area. But I feel like though once this all gets sorted out, I feel like you're going to get money out of this. So if I was inheritance or you're going to sell the house, I feel like there's a house that's going to be sold, but I feel like you're going to be more money. I feel like you're going to be able to buy like a holiday home, or you're going to be able to buy something with this that's going to make you feel more relaxed, I feel, as well.
Yeah,
so you've just got
my intent is to keep the house, but I'm actually still in the probate, and they managed to get away with one of the grandchild's money, half of my daughter's money, and about $40,000 for me. And I've thought about just letting it go because I'm a forgiving person and I just don't want to be in it anymore. But do they think that I should continue to pursue?
I keep on hearing
the
a holiday house. So are you buying a holiday house, or do you have a holiday house? I keep on hearing holiday. Your mum's talking about a holiday house.
Well, it's her house. She lived in it the entire time. I was born here, and I've inherited it. I have it in my name now, and it's kind of fallen to the ground. So I come here and take care of it, and then I go back to California and take care of my kids. So it's a lot on me. It's more than I think I can do.
You're going to buy. I really feel like there's a place you're going to buy near the water, and I feel like it's going to be like a holiday house, or maybe the way this. Well, the energy of this house is going to be like a holiday. Because I keep on hearing that, and I keep on hearing your mum's keep on telling me about a holiday house. So,
well, this house is by the water. Is she talking about this house? She loves the holidays, and my daughter, I'm waiting for her to come visit, and I've always had a dream of fixing it up for the holidays. The nativity set is in the attic, and my mama just loved the holidays.
Oh, okay, that makes sense, because you've been talking about that. So, look, I feel like that with the money you're going to get, you're going to make this house look brand new. But I keep on hearing September is when things are going to be sorted out. I feel like with this brother, you're going to have to sort of say goodbye, and I feel like there needs to be a way of like sort of cutting him off, and maybe, I know it's hard because he's your brother, but I just feel like there needs to be a cut off here with him, because he's going to be too negative, and his hands are dirty in this as well. It's not going to be good.
He's very, very dangerous, so I can't be around him.
And I just get January, I just see you being able to breathe a lot more easier, and you're relaxing. There'll be hard work that you have to do with the house, but I feel like once it's done, like I see like varnishing, I see things being replaced, like new doorknobs and stuff. It's going to be, your mum's going to be very impressed with what you're going to do with this house. Is what I feel.
Thank you for bringing me that love and that message and reading that, 'cause it's been heavy on my heart. I wanted to make sure my mom forgave me, because I have stayed away from my brother, but I just don't feel safe.
You're doing the right thing, because your mom's not happy with him anyway, so and she's telling me you're doing the right thing, okay?
Oh, good. Okay.
All right, thank you. So, guys, quickly, yesterday I went a tour of the cruise ship. So if you want to go on my socials, you can see the tour that we did on the cruise ship. I made a little video of my day yesterday. It was very exciting. But if you want to contact me, you can. My website is Lady D Psychic Parties, same as my Facebook page. My Instagram is Lady D Psychic, and my TikTok is Lady D Psychic. My YouTube is Lady D or Danielle Psychic. I will be live tonight at 7 p.m. Sydney time to do readings as well. So I will see you there. But thank you for joining me today, and I'll see you at for Sydney time 1 p.m. next week. So the daylight savings will end for me. But I'll see you next week. So bye for now.
listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for Intuitive Readings with Nay Mary. Live from intuitivereadings.com.au. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Intuitive Reading on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi, and welcome to A1R Psychic Radio, wherever you are today. Thank you so much for tuning in. I am Nay from Intuitive Readings. I'm a psychic and medium, and each week I deliver some insights into some spiritual topics and readings for listeners. So today I thought that I would get out my tarot cards and do a reading for the collective. Now, what this means is that wherever you are today or whenever you're hearing this is actually when it's intended for you. Okay, so that is what a collective timeless reading is. Now, Spirit brings these messages to you at this time, and if it resonates, wonderful. But if it doesn't, please leave it behind. Now, I'm going to pull 3 cards today. Okay, oh wow, and 2 major arcana in there as well. So major arcana cards speak to the more sort of significant life shifts, and the energy may be quite prevalent for you as well, or prominent for you as well. So we'll start at the beginning. I've got the 7 of Cups here. So the 7 of Cups, this is all about choices and illusions and dreams. So for some of you right now, I feel as though you're actually weighing up your options, okay? You might be standing in front of a buffet of possibilities, but not all of them are what they seem. And so this is a moment of temptation, really. Distraction, perfect. Fantasy. You're being shown a lot, but not everything is sort of rooted in reality. So some offers or desires could be more sort of smoke and mirrors than they are substance, okay? So, for example, Spirit's making me aware of people on Facebook and Instagram, sort of those influencers, and they seem to have these really perfect lives, loads of material things, okay? So they're attractive, they have attractive partners, extraordinary talents, beautiful families, and it's really great to enjoy those videos and momentarily feel like you're living in someone else's life, but and perhaps, you know, vicariously. But it's really about creating that life that you want, and it's your experience. So don't feel as though you have to emulate someone else, okay? And really asking yourself, you know, what is it that you want, or what is it that you need, importantly? And this is a test of discernment. So be careful of sort of chasing glitter when really you're after gold, okay? So the second card I have here is the Star. And the Star is really a beacon of hope. It's healing and really around spiritual clarity as well, okay? So after confusion, and I feel as though it has come in for some of you after a period of confusion, a little bit of overwhelm as well in your life. And it's really just reminding you to return to your center, okay? Because you are being guided at this time. So do trust your intuition. So that is that voice from within. Your intuition, your dreams, and, you know, your inner light. So the Star brings a message of divine timing and emotional renewal. So whatever has felt heavy or lost or uncertain, it's like you're being recalibrated at this time. So you don't have to choose out of fear. The universe is aligning you with what is actually meant for you. So just stay open to that, stay soft, and stay hopeful, importantly. Stay hopeful, okay? And the last card here I have for the collective is the Justice card. This is all about truth, balance, karmic alignment. This card says everything you do now will echo into the future, okay? So decisions that you're making now do carry weight. Slow down, think clearly, and, you know, choose, you know, let truth and not ego drive your decision making, okay, and to be your guide. So for some, I think this does involve legal matters. So contracts, long-term commitments, might be a lease, it might be purchase of a house. I feel as though for some people it does relate to home ownership and living arrangements. And all I would say there is just take care. Don't be rushed into making a decision. I'm actually being shown like a car dealership and someone sort of stalking someone through a car dealership. Okay, so just because they want to put the hard sale on them. So don't let anyone put the hard sale on you. Take a step back. Okay, and almost put yourself in the position of the seller if that's you there at that car dealership, okay? So for some of you who are experiencing a pressure to make a decision, and particularly a financial one, take a step back. There is no urgency. And if it is, if it's not this house or this car, then it will be the next one. Spirit won't let you miss out, okay? You will always get what you need when you need it, okay? So just trust in that. So justice reminds us actually that fairness isn't always easy, but it is necessary. Now, I do have a caller on the line, so I'm going to jump to Melissa in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. How are you, Melissa?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm well, thank you. I have been to Pittsburgh, actually. It's lovely.
Oh, really? Yes. I know. It's awesome.
Yeah, wonderful. Now, what can I do for you today? Do you have a specific question, or are you just open to anything that comes through?
I'm really open to anything. I was hoping to see, I don't know if you was able to connect with my dad or anything, if that's possible.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so I'm going to step into the higher realms and just take a moment to do that. Okay, I'm also, I do have a gentleman coming through, but he's also coming through with a female as well for you. And I feel as though that's a younger female. So I'm just going to ask her to step aside. Okay. And I'm going to ask him to step forward. Okay, and he's passed quite young, I'm being made aware. Because I almost feel as though he was still working when he passed. He didn't, it's like he hadn't put the tools down. Does that make sense to you?
No, he was like older when he had passed.
Okay, because he's making me feel as though he's still quite young at heart there. And I feel as though he's still very quite mobile and doing things, because it's like he tells me that he still had a lot of things that he wanted to get done. Okay, so it's like
he was. Yeah,
it's almost like
he never wanted to stop. Yeah,
because it's almost like I have like a list, and it's stuff around the house, but it's also like going places and doing things as well. And I had plans of things that I was doing, which it's almost like they didn't come to fruition. Yeah. And making me aware that there is a plan there as well, where it's almost like, I don't want to, maybe it's a trip. It feels like a trip to me, where he's actually, he didn't make a trip and then other people went on that trip, or it's like a trip that you all go on together, that you all went on that trip. So making me aware of some sort of travel.
Shortly after he had passed, my mom went on her first vacation with my sister and them.
Okay. Oh, lovely. So yeah, bringing up that, and just because I almost feel as though he was there with them as well to enjoy that moment as well. Mm-hmm. Okay. Mm-hmm. He does tell me like he was a bit of a workhorse during life as well, because he's brought that up again. And I do feel as though he did spend a lot of time tinkering with things and doing things. So very difficult for him to slow down.
Yeah.
And he's almost like, my daughter's got that trait in her as well, that sort of drive and that motivation as well. So making me aware that that's something that you have as well, just this inclination to just always be busy, very busy, having a very full life in that regard.
Yeah, always on the go.
And do you have a daughter as well? I'm being made aware of a granddaughter there too for him.
I have 2 daughters.
2 daughters. Okay. So I feel like this might be the eldest one, because he makes me feel as though she's a bit bossy.
Well, I'm sorry, what did you say?
Telling me that she's a bit bossy, a little, you might call it a bit sassy. Someone that it's a bit difficult to sort of take instructions or instruction her to do something. A little bit of resilience there.
That was probably my sister's daughter. She's very hard to control, and she still is right now. So,
because he is making me aware with this child. He is making me aware. It's almost like no, it's not. It doesn't feel like your sister's daughter to me. It does feel like your daughter, because he is saying to me, it's like, you have the children that you deserve. And he said it's almost like her personality is very much like yours as well. Okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, that would be my youngest, and she is. I always said you get the kids. That's what I was like. Oh God, don't ever. It'll come back to you, like you said that. And I always repeat that, and I crack up because she's very bossy. She's only 6, and she controls the whole house.
Yes. Okay. So he is making me aware of this personality, and he's saying it's almost like, because he's got a bit of a sense of humor about him too, because he sits back and it's almost like he feels like he's getting his just desserts here. Because I feel as though there was a time during your childhood where you weren't the easiest either. And so he's kind of enjoying this sort of, he's calling it a replay.
Yes, I know. I wasn't I always crack up because I wasn't the easiest to go into kindergarten. I gave my mom so much problems, and that's her. She's the only one of my children that does that to me.
So he is, this is absolutely for you. And it's almost like he's watching this and he's saying it is a bit of a replay. And he also says on that as well, he's like, and it's only going to get better. And he says it in a really jovial, funny way, because I feel as though you are going to have those typical struggles that all parents have, I suppose, with raising children. But he says it in such a way that it's like he's enjoying watching you have to respond. And he says that you respond in that in a really, because you're a very conscious parent as well. And he's making me aware that you respond to that in a really loving way. Because he feels as though he does bring up that he was quite short as well in the younger years. I feel as though there were, for your childhood, he was quite short. And it's almost as though that's how his parents had raised him. And that does come with a bit of apology around that as well, because it's just something that he wasn't aware of at that time in his life. Because I feel as though there is a bit of a reflection piece around how you parent and how you were parented. And it's as if to say, he certainly was an excellent parent, but I think it was just during those times, there was a lot of stress in the earlier years, and just saying that around those times, it was, he could be a bit short, and acknowledging that for you, okay? And it's okay to make mistakes in that space.
Very short-tempered, yes. And
And he's saying around that too, it's okay for you to make mistakes in that space. But he's so proud of you, and he thinks you're doing an absolutely wonderful job, Melissa.
Yeah, I know I am. No.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for calling in. I hope that was a lovely connection, and it's such a privilege to connect with your father there. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
And for everyone else, all the other listeners, thank you so much for tuning in. I am named Mary from Intuitive Readings. Please come and follow me on Facebook and connect with me there. Have a fabulous weekend, and stay tuned for some other amazing lightworkers.
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for Zodiac Zone with Melissa Markham. Live from MMAstrovibes.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our
websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Zodiac Zone on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Zodiac Zone. First, happy 2025. I'm a little late, but it is a new year and we have a lot of new things going on this year. I try to, at the beginning of my show, talk about what's going on this week. What I looked for this week are two things. First, I want to talk about the moon is going into Virgo. And typically how it works is a moon stays in a zodiac sign about 2.5 days. So what does that mean, the moon in Virgo? Main thing with Virgo is watch your overthinking things for the next couple days. Could be some self-criticism. And you really kind of think Virgo's also the sign of health and wellness. So I know a lot of people are doing after the new year, they have their, New Year's goals, and you see a lot of new people if you're an exercise person and you're in the gym. But maybe this is really a time to really look and decide, okay, these are realistic goals. Here's what I need to focus on for myself, and put together an exercise plan that really works for you and something that you're going to stick to, rather than, by March, I tried that and it's not working out for me. So, and for the next couple of days, it's a really good time to be productive. I think all of us are guilty of making all of these, plans for the new year, and then we just kind of don't follow through. So this is a time to really look at all of this and say, okay, this is what I need to do. And here are some realistic goals about my health and healing. And, this is what I want to do. So I think it's a really good time to do some of these things. So those are some of the things that I wanted to point out. I also wanted to talk about something that's going on this weekend. And I'm reading here, I'm looking at my daily planetary guide. By the way, I do recommend for the astrology enthusiast to get the 2025 Llewellyn's Daily Astrology Guide. I can't speak tonight, because it lists all the transits, it lists everything that's going on in the sky for this year. So I do recommend that. We're going to have the moon oppose Neptune on the 18th, this Saturday. I feel like now might not be the time to have those emotional discussions or things that are really kind of, inside of you, because it might not be a really good time to have those deep talks. Maybe wait on that, but you could feel kind of confused, kind of like, it's not anything with the moon, and especially with Neptune, could feel a little bit challenging, and emotional. So if you're feeling that on Saturday, know that it is going on astrologically, and it's not you. So, wanted to get to the next part. This is 15 minutes of astrology. Wanted to do a reading. So I have Anthony. Is Anthony there?
Yeah. Hello.
How are you tonight, Anthony?
Hello. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. So I am an evolutionary vibrational astrologer. And what I like to look at is really what your soul purpose is. Why are you here? What are some of the wounds that are holding you back from really doing, living your best life? And that's not saying that you're not living your best life now, but just it could be confirming maybe something inside that is, that's what I tell my clients. I'm just confirming what you already know about yourself. So we can do a little chart reading. Put on my glasses here. Anthony. Okay. What's your birthday? Day, month, year?
Okay, the day is the 19th.
I'm sorry?
The day is the 19th
The 19th? Uh-huh.
of May.
May 19th?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
1971.
1971. Okay. Yep. Sorry about that. Just want to fix this. Okay. And the time?
1 minute past midnight.
All right. And where is the place?
Sydney, Australia. Place called Annandale.
Okay, let me see. Australia. How do you spell Sydney? I'm sorry.
A double N and Andale.
Okay, great, got it. Sorry, it wasn't coming up in my program. Okay, so I'm going to talk about what is referred to as the lunar nodes. And these are elliptical points in the sky. And you come in on your south node, and that's kind of the energy that it's the energy that you know. And the whole purpose is to try to get to the north node. So I would say with Leo in the south node in the 6th house, in the 6th house is Virgo. I would say you probably tend to worry a lot. You're a warrior, and you might think it's all about you. A lot of times with the south node in Leo, they kind of steer clear of group dynamics. They tend to, I want to say always self-isolate, but they can, they can do their own thing. They're really good at, I know a lot of south nodes in Leo that can just get up there and they're the performer. They're the person that can kind of get up and, they can have little subject matter expertise on certain things and just kind of get up there and be the actor. I don't know. Does any of this kind of resonate with you? Do you find that you're that type of individual?
I tend to worry a little bit, yeah, about things that probably I shouldn't.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I would say because your north node is in the 12th house, it's really about letting, I'll just be very frank with you, let that shit go. Let it go.
Yep.
And it's really connecting to what makes you unique, the unique parts of you, of your personality. It's getting into, this is why you're calling tonight, right? You're probably gearing to the spiritual part of your soul and who you are and what you identify with now. What has worked for you in the past is like, okay, maybe it's time to really look into my spiritual journey. I've been hearing a lot about this, and this could be a good time with all kind of the chaos going on all over the world. And how does this all look, So I would definitely do that and investigate that even further. I would say, okay. I also look at Chiron. Chiron is the wounded healer. There's a whole backstory in Greek mythology about Chiron. You have Chiron in your 2nd house. 2nd house typically means money, self-worth. I don't know if you have self-worth issues, or you're worried about money. A lot of times when people have Chiron in the second house, they're really afraid of not having money, not having, afraid of being poor, something like that. I don't know if that's an issue for you.
Like that.
Are you like that? Yeah. And that's where some of this spiritual work comes in, knowing that there's more to life than what we just see and experience in this third dimensional reality. I mean, I had a very close friend of mine pass last week, and she was only 53 years old, and it's like you start to look at the world from a different perspective. Those material resources, those things that we think are so important are really not important. I mean, obviously we need money to be on this planet and to coexist, but it's really about what is our own self-worth? Who are we? And I think it's really getting into the deeper input of who you are, and, looking to really the spiritual side of your reality, and not getting so caught up in all the things that you can't control and being worried about it, and also, like I said, embracing the unique part of your soul, of who you are, and looking at everything from, I tell my clients all the time, if we're human in every occurrence and existence, and that's the only way we look at things, we're always going to be disappointed. If we look at everything from a spiritual way and what the soul contract is, and there's more to all of that. Does this all resonate with you, Anthony?
Yeah, it's resonating. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, and I'd invite you, take a look at my website, mmastroVibes.com. I do more in-depth readings. I do business readings. I teach classes. I do all of that stuff. And thank you so much for getting a mini reading tonight. And I wish you a successful 2025. Yeah. So that, I mean, my gosh, doesn't 15 minutes go by like that? It's crazy, right? So next week, I'll be talking about the transits of next week, and I will be giving another mini reading. And I wish you all a great weekend and happy 2025, like I said.
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for Peace, Love, Tranquility Healing with Tony Lacy. Live from peacelovetranquilityhealing.my.canva.site/Peace Love Tranquility Healing -home. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Peace, Love, Tranquility Healing on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to A1R Radio, as well as Moonstruck TV. It is Thursday evening here, and I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening to everyone. And the fellow insomniacs, I say I'm sorry. I'm Tony, the trance medium, and you are here with me, Peace, Love, Tranquility, Healing. Tonight, instead of speaking to a caller, I decided I'm going to speak a little bit to everyone on a couple of things. First of all, what the difference is between a mediumship read and a psychic read. And then I will go into one of my favorite passions is trance reading. So what's the difference between psychic and mediumship? Psychic information comes to you in a neutral way. So when the information you receive, you're not going to feel any sort of emotion. You're not going to be feeling scared, sad, afraid, in love, any of that. It's just neutral. When you're speaking to the loved ones on the other side in the mediumship reading, you will certainly feel their essence. So you may feel their personality. You may start giggling or telling jokes. You will certainly feel the love that they have for your sitter. I know for myself, there have been quite a few times that the spirit makes me feel the love so strong that I will actually start crying because there's no other way for me to explain what I'm feeling. Personally, I enjoy mediumship more so than psychic because I love being able to give the connection from those that have crossed over to those that are still here, answering their question of, are they okay? I will never tell you the typical, they're fine, they're doing great, they love you. I will only say that if that is what they present to me. Now, all mediums are different. I'm not saying mediums do this. I'm just saying each medium you see, you will notice that there's going to be a difference in the way that they read. So for mediumship, I absolutely love it because I also get past animals coming through. And I love nothing more than connecting with an animal, bringing some sort of closure or hope and healing to their past owners, and their children. To me, it's all about healing. I do enjoy psychic, don't get me wrong, but if somebody asks me the question, which do you prefer? My heart goes more towards mediumship. Now, let me discuss trance. Trance, I came into just kind of dropped in. My mentor at the time said that there was an extra ticket. Did I want to attend a Arthur Finley class with her? And I did, and it was trance mediumship level 2. And I thought, don't know what this is, never took one, I'll just listen and observe. Well, the listening and observing turned into me actually speaking in that workshop. And it lit a fire under me that I hadn't had in at least a couple of years. So that started my journey. That was November 2023 and started November 2020 or December 2024 up until actually this morning. I'm still taking and learning more and more about trance. I study under a teacher in the US as well as a teacher in the UK. And let me tell you, UK folks, you guys have the biggest hearts and are so bloody funny. Oh my goodness. You guys just tickle me. So with trance, what it is basically you're going into an altered state of consciousness. So some people listen to music, some people can just do it in the quiet. I'm fortunate that I've been doing it long enough now that I can set myself down into trance in either scenario. And you basically go within, you remain still, you remain quiet. You fight the urge to feel and wipe away the tickly nose and the little itchies on your face, because that's really not itchies or tickles. That is spirit coming around. So with trance, you go down into yourself, down into your core, and you just breathe. You meditate. Some people meditate. Some people just go within, breathing and setting the intention for their guides to come through. If you're doing like a philosophy type of reading or a psychic reading, mediumship reading, you would set the intention for someone's loved ones to come through. Now, back 2 steps, trance psychic, the information is actually not going to my guide. The information my soul collects, and then my soul passes it to my guide to then communicate it to me. So as much as I love my guides, they're not psychic. And they're just pure love and light. There's no psychic activity when it comes to them. It comes from my soul and delivered to Michael, who's my main guide. And I also have a healing guide and just learned and met my trance healing doctor last month, which was very exciting for me. So with that, some people will say, well, how do you do it? Do you do it interactively? Do you sit in silence and the sitter does not speak? I can do it both ways. So I will ask the sitter if they would like either a psychic or mediumship reading. And once they choose, then mediumship, I'll ask if there's anybody in particular. Now with that, both trance mediumship and regular mediumship, I can set the intention to bring a specific person through, but I can't make them. That's like having a backyard barbecue. You invite 20 people and you really, really, really want Uncle Lou to show, but he doesn't show. I can't go drive over, pick him up and bring him over against his will. So that's the same with spirit. As much as we would love to have this particular spirit come and communicate with us, if they are not willing, they won't. And that is completely in their hands, not ours. We do not have any control over who comes through, how strong they come through. And touching that one below is some people will say, well, why isn't my family member coming through? And again, could be that they are just not in a position to. They don't believe that you are ready at that moment in time. It could be that they were very, very quiet and shy on the earth plane when they were here in their human experience. That transfers over to the other side as well. Just because they were quiet and shy on earth doesn't mean that they're going to do a 180 and be completely opposite in the spirit world. So oftentimes you may get a few facts or maybe a little bit of an essence, but it's not as strong as some other family members. That directly correlates to how their personality was here on Earth. Animals, I find them to be stronger because they're just pure love here on Earth as well as in the spirit world, as are humans here on Earth and in the spirit world. But there's something about animals, at least with me. I'm not saying that's for everybody, but at least with me, they come in very strongly and they give me visions and they give me essence, which I'm so very grateful and honored that they do trust me to bring them through to their handlers, to their owners, to the kids they grew up with. So that's the other side of it. So there is only a couple minutes left. I would like to let you know that you can reach me. All my readings are on Zoom, so I could be speaking to anybody across the world at any time. My hours are very flexible. You can find all the information below. And I did have a pull, no pun intended, to pull for a healing card, just for everyone in general. And what I'm just picking up now is the Healing Energy cards from Leanne Peters, 2nd edition. And this is male support. And it's father. You are supported, inner father protecting the inner child. I would like to thank everyone for coming on tonight. I am Tony the Trance Medium from Peace, Love, Tranquility, Healing. Thank you, and I wish you all a very peaceful and safe weekend.
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for Insights with Solaris with Jennifer. Live from Solaris.one. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Insights with Solaris on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Insights with Solaris, where I am your host, Jennifer. I am a tarot reader, Reiki master, and all things in between, but simply I'm a channel of spirit. And so as I'm coming into this channel already today, if you've joined me before, you know that I typically do like a week ahead reading for the collective. I am feeling a little bit different, so I'm going to follow this. And what I would like you to do for our listeners, and this is the collective, is that to think of a situation that's currently happening right now in your life, whether it is career, relationships, your home, or self-image. So just think of a situation that has been on your mind recently, and these cards are going to help apply what you need to know in order to help overcome this situation. So I'm feeling a real pull to Venus today, hence the relationships, the well-being, the self-image, and trying to really come in and utilize that energy to help the situation's coming forward. And so as you're thinking of your situation, we have a couple of things coming forward. Let's see. So with the Two of Earth, the Two of Pentacles, we are coming forward and we are coming into a period where you may be struggling to balance things. Okay, so that happens. We struggle to balance things. And when we are not balanced, things start to fall apart when we neglect other portions. But it seems right now with your situation, you are coming into new opportunities and more planning, particularly if you are planning on writing some type of contract, whether that's a marriage certification, congratulations if you're on that path, or if you're working in some type of situation where you're writing a contract or your home to get work done. Okay, things are being balanced right now, and it's very good overall, even though it seems a little bit rocky. But if you lean into your emotions more, you'll know that you have support from your loved ones. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, lean on the people close to you, particularly a feminine energy that is more patient, that one is trustworthy. They can really help pull you back down and ground you so you can overcome the situation. And let's see if we have any more advice. Take a rest. You do not have to have all the answers this week. You may not have all the answers by the end of the month, but you will get closer to that. So do not worry, and particularly those who have been asking about a relationship. You're right. If you are hearing the word twin flame, I don't typically like to use those types of connections with the twin flames, but if you are really feeling that connection with another person, whether it is a romantic relationship or a really good friend, your intuition is right. That person is here to teach you something. They're helping you balance. They are helping you learn a little bit more, but it's still not quite the right time to bring everything together, because there's still time for you to come back in yourself, to understand your own emotions. And while you may not understand why I'm hearing from Spirit, there's things that are going to be happening, particularly within this month, that you may not exactly understand what's going on. But through all of it, know that a blessing is on its way, particularly within like the middle of May for a lot of you who are asking about romance or had that situation in your head. Things are going to be revealed to you, and things are going to be, what could it be like? Allow yourself to imagine a little bit more, because anybody on this radio show is absolutely wonderful. Any tarot reader that you go to, any psychic, they can be great, but all they're really doing is going in and helping you pull out the answers that you already know. Everybody has intuition. Everybody already has the answers. And this is what's coming up with that planet Venus coming together. It lies within knowing your self-worth and knowing all the potential that you do have, because you have all this incredible energy coming forward and just pouring down on top of you. And the opportunities are coming as well. You just got to find that balance. So, and again, you're not going to find that balance straight away. You're going to have to rest, and you're going to have to refill your own cup first. So if you're tired, if you're doing too much, take a break, take a self-care day. It's going to be completely fantastic. So give it time. Give it time, especially those who are trying too hard, who are trying to force things to completion. Again, whether that's relationship or something in your career, it needs time. So absolutely, don't worry about it. The Venus energy is coming up very clearly now as it's coming out of retrograde. So we all have a little bit of beauty coming our way, a little bit extra with finances too, making our home feel beautiful, especially if you're on the hemisphere that spring is coming, even though it's a little bit cold where I'm at. It's going to be an incredible month. It's going to be a little bit busy, but you are creating something beautiful, especially with your loved ones. So whatever situation will on your mind, give it time, because the blessings are coming. All right, and we are going to move into our caller today. So we have Beth. Hello, Beth. How are you?
I am good.
It's good to have you tonight. So, have you ever called in on a show before, had a tarot reading?
Yes, I think I have had a tarot reading.
Awesome.
I'm not sure.
Well, if you haven't, or if you have, it's okay. We'll do this together. So, what type of questions did you have today?
I want to know the outcome of my grandson situation, and if my wedding venues will come to light this summer.
Okay. Yeah, there seems to be an ending with your grandson. There's a need for balance, but before the balance can come in, an ending has to happen. There is, what is this ending about? A unity, being together with somebody, finding independence again. So potentially walking away from another person, and needing to find that independence once again. It does seem like it could have been kind of an attachment here, unhealthy attachment, unhealthy relationship, but there was a lack of independence here. So in order for him to regain that balance, he does have to walk away fully. It seems like that is already happening. It is hard, definitely not easy, but the balance is coming back, that temperament's coming back, and overall getting the more emotional balance. And as that emotional balance comes through, the finances are going to get better as well, particularly around the job. So it is going to play out relatively good. I love to see that. It's just going to take a little time because the cards I'm seeing here are indicating while there may be a lot of movement, it's going to take a little bit more time for all of the unsettledness to come back into a peaceful place. But I am hearing 3 weeks, give it 3 weeks for things to kind of shift a little bit more. It will not be finished by 3 weeks. And then 66 days, I'm seeing a lot of threes. 66 days is important. And then, okay, March 2029. I know this is a long time in the future, and you're probably going to forget this by the time that comes forward. I'm going to tell you now, there's going to be a huge shift in your life, in his life, and don't be surprised that, or maybe not be surprised that you'll have a few extra family members coming into your life. So just know that March 2029 will be a very, very incredible time for him. Okay, does that sound good? Did you get the information you needed, that part? All right.
Yes, I did that, yeah.
Okay, wedding venue. Okay. I'm liking this so far. You still got some work to do, okay?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. A lot of work to do and not a whole lot of time. What I do love is that, well, there's love. I love seeing that because it is a wedding proposal that's surrounded in love. So that is a very good sign to have. The wedding's going to happen exactly the day you want it to happen. You're going to get the day you want. You're going to get the weather that you want. So if you're thinking about something outside, you're going to get the weather that you want. It may be a little bit hotter or humid, but overall, it's going to be very good. If you are thinking of an outside venue, do ask about the plants on the land, because you may have some guests that are a little bit more sensitive or have more seasonal allergy type things, or there could actually, I'm seeing plants that could cause a rash, and it doesn't look like poison ivy, but there's plants that could irritate skin, some of the guests of your skin, the skin of your guest, if I can speak. So just keep that in mind. But there's a lot of happiness, but you got to go back and look at your plans, because it seems like perhaps you got a contract and there's things within that contract that isn't quite working out as you need to. So go in and see if you have another person to help look over through like any type of situations or things with the venue to really go into the details. Okay. I'm trying. Something's coming in, so I'm trying to listen as we're coming forward. Your wishes are going to come true, but I don't feel like the venue that you currently have in mind is going to be what your final thing, whether it is a different room or a slightly different location. There's a change needing to happen in order for it to flow a little bit more smoothly. So what is this change? What can Beth look out for? Okay.
I am going to be the owner of these venues. So what you're telling me is very detailed in the fact. You're telling me that it's me getting married, but what you're telling me is stuff that I need to watch out for, because plants are something that I have been absolutely trying to figure out for this farm, for the outdoor venue, just for looks, and then two, people, seasonal allergies and whatnot, because it's going to be an outdoor venue here. The other venue that I'm going to have is an indoor-outdoor venue, and it's in another location. And the contracts that I'm going to divvy up for my little business, I need to go into more detail. You are very correct with what you're saying, other than it's not me getting married. It's everybody else getting married because I created a venue. But you are right. I do need to go into more detail, because I've been very weird about contracts, and do I have everything? Have I covered everything? So yeah, you nailed that.
So if you're not in a relationship, let me tell you whether it's coming for you. We only have about 30 seconds left, so I really want you to understand that getting a lawyer, even if you don't typically do that, is going to be needed in this. And the indoor-outdoor venue, try to hold off on it a little bit, put more work within the outdoor venue, and kind of see a little bit, just hold back a little bit on the indoor-outdoor. It's not the time for things for that to thrive. But it will, but not right now.
Oh my God. Yeah, it will. But yes, you are exactly right. We do have some more things that the indoor-outdoor venue has definitely been a work in progress and has needed a lot of love.
To A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV and Lightning Television. Welcome. Time for the Mini Medium with Stephanie Cowan. Live from tarotwithsteph.net. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is the Mini Media on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Welcome. Happy Wednesday. Happy Hump Day. Happy almost full pink moon day. Pink's one of my favorite colors. This is one of my favorite moons. But I am your mini medium on the A1R Psychic Radio and the beautiful Moonstruck TV on this beautiful Wednesday here in Utah. The weather is just gorgeous, and I don't know about you guys, but I am so ready for the summer here. So even just spring. How's that? Just spring, just some spring weather. So just sitting outside and soaking up all of that beautiful vitamin D, is wonderful. So spirits are much better today, and life has been great. So I hope it's been the same for you all. Just some fun things I kind of wanted to share with you guys. So last week, I had the most amazing opportunity to go to see Teresa Caputo, the live experience. So, if you don't know who Teresa Caputo is, she's the Long Island medium. And I've been told that I channel a lot like Teresa Caputo, which is huge compliment. But anyhow, so it was just a great time and just an amazing experience. And so I just wanted to kind of give that shout out. And I wished I could have met her. Oh my gosh, I tried. I was manifesting it. But, I think there was about 2,300 people that were there at the Abravanel Hall, which is here in Salt Lake. But it was fun. And, but I missed everybody too. I had a lot of things I had to kind of, maneuver around. And, it's the joy of being busy. It's something that I constantly feel my life is it's constantly busy, but I love it. I love it. So it's definitely a blessing. But anyhow, so yeah, lots of fun things that have been happening and coming up. I just want to give this shout out really quick. And then, of course, we'll get into doing some readings. But, and we'll also talk about what this full moon on Saturday is about, huh? I am going to be doing, speaking of Saturday, I'm going to be doing this beautiful cacao offering ceremony with a friend that I just met. We're kindred spirits. We just met each other. We meshed really well. She is a shamanic practitioner. So she is going to be facilitating the cacao. And if you've never experienced a cacao ceremony or a cacao offering, I absolutely suggest that you do that, just because it's just very, for one, it's very spiritual, but it also is something that helps open up that beautiful heart chakra. And as we do this event, we're going to be in this beautiful sacred teepee that she has up in the mountains here in Utah. And I'll be connecting through my mediumship and doing readings for the small intimate group we have. So just some fun things I wanted to, let everybody know we're coming, and give a shout out to Ash. Her name is Ashley, but she goes by Ash. And so just so many, I can't even tell you, just so many goosebumps, and the experience that we're going to have Saturday is going to be incredible because, ironically, and I always say there's no such thing as coincidences, but maybe coincidentally, but not such coincidentally, the universe has aligned us so beautifully in the synchronicity that Saturday is the full pink moon. And this moon is really about cleansing. This is about that karmic lesson type of energy. So it's releasing and letting go of the things that have not been serving you, or the people in your life that you feel that it's time to, cut them out of your life, the energy out of your life. You love them, you want them to be in your life, but you can't absorb that, the toxic energy or the negative energy. So lots and lots of relationship changes, love changes, emotional, shifts, if you will. So it's going to be a very exhausting full moon, but very cleansing. So I hope you all get a chance to go out Saturday and absorb all that beautiful, it's not literally pink, but this is the pink moon, and it is smaller. It's a full moon, but it's smaller, but it carries a lot of energy. I would say it's kind of like me, like the mini medium, right? Small but mighty. So anyhow, I just kind of wanted to share that with you guys. And then I also have another couple events coming, and I'll share that next week on my show here. But let's get to the affirmation for the week. And then I can't wait to get to my first caller. So the affirmation, now the number 33 has been coming up today. So, and I love my double numbers, right? Or triples, 111, 222, 1111, very common. But the number 33 has been very strong. So how I connect with this, 33 will be the age of 33, March 3rd. This can also be, in a sense, this sometimes, I always say the spirit guides and spirit love to mess with me and love to do a little bit of math. And so this would even be the number 9, being that 3 times 3 is 9. So there's some funny kind of ways that this happens. But 33 is such a very, I don't know if you guys ever see 333, which for whatever reason today has been that. So we'll kind of see if that number, resonates with any of my callers tonight, or somehow it's really going to, it's just going to make sense. It always does. So, but with that said, I pulled the number 33 card, And the 33 card, this is the affirmation for everybody, says, the more I trust in life, the better things turn out. So the more I trust in life, the better things turn out. And I really, gosh, you guys, I always say this every week, I know, but every week, but I really do need, I needed to hear this. It resonates with me. I just need to trust that everything's happening for a reason. You know, it's all divine timing. And even though things aren't so wonderful at times, but I trust that everything's happening the way the universe or God or whoever you feel your maker is doing. So, the more I trust in life, the better things turn out, right? I kind of think that applies in many people's lives. If we just not force things, or if we try to avoid things in our life, just let things come, you know, life seems to be a little bit more harmonious, maybe, right? There's probably people out there going, yeah, sure, Steph, sure. But anyhow, I'm just sending you lots of good energy during this full moon. But I am super excited. I've been having lots of energy coming in. So let's go ahead and we're going to take our first caller. And this gal, I believe, is from Texas. And I missed the name. My apologies. Are you there? Hi, Angela. This is the mini medium. How are you?
Hi, I'm well, I think.
I'm right there with you, my friend. I always say some days it just depends, right? It just depends.
Yeah,
well, I'm
definitely
super excited to meet you tonight. And how can I help you?
Well, I would like an overall reading. Kind of just my main concerns are my finances and my love life. It is a mess. I don't know why I keep attracting this emotionally unavailable man. That's how I'm gonna put it.
Okay. Well, let me see what I am ultimately drawn to first here. And we'll go with that, being that we're kind of limited on our time. But let me see if I'm more drawn to finances or love, unless you have one that you would prefer over the other. You let me know.
My love life.
Love life? Okay, hun. Okay. All right. So I pulled a couple cards here for you, just to see how maybe they will, in a sense, mesh with some of the things I've already been getting. So now you pulled, I'm going to show on camera here so those who are watching live can see. Both cards I pulled for you, my friend, are upside down. They're both reversed. Now, when they come out of the deck that way, this is really, in a sense, connecting with or validating the shadow work. So it's the things that you're working on or those things you know you need to work on to just try to be the best version of you. So you've got a lot of self-reflection going on right now, my friend. Does that make sense at the moment?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me show the cards and then I'll get into the love life part. So the first card you pulled is this 10 of Cups card. Now, like I said, that card came out of the deck upside down. Then your second card, you pulled this Page of Cups card. And now that card also came out of the deck reversed. So as I see the cards, now if you kind of visually look at a cup, when a cup is upside down, it means one of two things. Either the cup is ready to be filled, so we're ready to turn this cup up and fill this cup up with however we want to define it, or it means the cup has been either intentionally or unintentionally turned upside down to where you're saying, no more, I'm done. Which you are in that moment right now, my friend, of where you just said, attracting the, emotionally unavailable or just even all unavailable, period. There's just such a feeling of so many karmic lessons, as I call them, in your path when it comes to love. Here's what I am excited about, though. So, and I'm very honest. I always say I don't sugarcoat things. I'm going to tell you exactly as I see them. And I'm going to tell you here, within, let's see, we're in April. So I'm going to tell you in about the next 6 months. So I'm going right about fall time, September, October. These cups, my friend, that need to be filled are about ready to be filled. Who do you connect with? Who has a birthday right around that September, October time, or a celebration?
In October, somebody that I was dealing with about 3 months ago, it started really, really good. He was super excited about me. I could tell, like, it was great in the beginning.
Yeah.
And then things just went crazy, and he turned out to be a little bit of a narcissist. Anyway, his birthday's in October.
Gotcha. Okay. All right, hon. So now I'll tell you, so right about, and we're going to put you right about the September, October time again, but it's not necessarily a person that, is born in that time, not your Scorpios, as I see those, or even not the Libras. But just the timing feels to, the timing feels to where your emotional, your love cup, if you will, kind of cheesy, but it really does fill up. Now, I don't feel it's this guy that, we're speaking of, by the way. I just want to make sure and emphasize that. But there is a sense of between now and then, so let's say the next 5-ish months. I really would love to see you, filling up your cups per se. And I do feel there's a sense you've got to be going on some vacation, a girls' trip. There just seems to be a sense of release of some of this negative energy. Do you have something planned this summer or coming here in the next few months?
We are trying to plan a family vacation, just my daughters and I. Hopefully in August. Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Okay, please, my friend, please get this figured out, make it happen. I mean, I truly feel you're going to. I see it coming. If you're having any doubts, even I know financially, trips can be kind of, financially binding, but look at it as a financial investment to yourself, because I feel like this needs to happen in order for the next door to open for you, which that next door that opens is finding your person. I also want to tell you, girl, you've got to stop bringing the exes back in your life. There seems to be repetitive people. Now, whether you're intentionally doing this or not, if you have these men coming into your life or these past relationships, please just look at them as a chapter in your big old novel of life, and you're done with them. Okay, we're done. We're moving forward. Does that make sense?
Yes, I don't intend on going back with anybody that I've dated in the past.
Good. I love that. Yeah, it's just, they're right. They're just not, they were chapters in your big old novel of life, right? So it's one of those things where, thank you, but like they say, thank you next, I'm moving on. I will tell you too, really quickly. Well, let me ask you, earlier I was asking about this number 33 that kept coming up today. Do you connect with that number? So March 3rd, the age of 33, even the number 9, which would be September the 9th of the month. Do you resonate with that?
Not really. No, it's not right off the back of my head right now. Yeah.
Okay, that's okay, hon. No, these numbers will come up very often, and then they'll connect with, one of my callers, or if it does connect, just keep it in mind, because sometimes it'll, the light bulb goes off later. So just think about, oh, nope, I'm told March. How do you connect with March? Birthday in March, death month is being in March. Years ago.
My parents' birthday, both of them are in March, but other than that,
Okay. So both of your parents are born in March?
Yes.
Okay. And are they both still here in the physical, or have they passed?
Yes. They're here.
Okay. Okay. Beautiful. Okay. Well, I feel like because I'm getting the 2 3s and we're connecting with both parents, both in the March, the 3, there definitely is a beautiful soul on the other side that I feel is wanting to validate the the family bond, I guess is the best way I can put this, that they wish would stay there, that they wish was still there, but very much how proud that this person is that has crossed over of you staying connected to mom and dad. Does that make sense, my friend? I know it's kind of a little, a lot, but that's the best way I'm interpreting this. Are you close with mom and dad?
I am.
Okay. Okay. Well, I feel like there's even a sense of where family values come into even when you find your person, that whoever, by the way, I feel this is mom's mom. So is your grandma's mom?
I'm sorry?
Mother passed, your grandmother?
Oh. Are you asking me if she passed?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Yes. I'm sorry. I lost you for a second. Yes, my grandmother, both my grandmothers have passed.
Okay. Okay, my friend. I think we've got both of your grandmothers coming through, and this is sometimes what happens when my mediumship kicks in. But I want you to know, regardless if it's mom's mom or dad's mom, both of them come in. They show me the birthdays in March. So mom and dad both in March. But there's also a sense of you remembering who you are and where you came from when you connect with finding your person. Okay. I know that sounds kind of strange, but that's the feeling they're giving me.
Okay.
This is what happens. What happens when mediumship kicks in and grandparents come in from out of nowhere, and they just want you to know that they are, with you, supporting you. But just want to make sure that whatever person you find in the future in a relationship sense, that they both want you to remember, okay, it was kind of like, what would grandma be okay with, right? Would grandma be okay with this person? That's the feeling they're giving me. So maybe keep that in mind, as you connect with your person, okay?
Okay. Do you see anybody come in the future? Do you see any? I mean, I just don't even think at this point. I am 44, going on 45, and I just feel like it's crazy out there.
Yeah, I completely understand. No. Yeah. I just, I'm going to tell you, that's the timing that I feel coming. So right about that September, October, that's the timing I feel of you starting to find somebody that you connect better with. Okay.
Okay. Can you tell me anything about the person I am currently in connection with?
I would love to, my friend, but I have another caller waiting. But you know what?
Okay.
Do this.
Okay.
If you go on my website, mini-medium.com, and message me, remind me who you are, and I would love to continue a couple things about the person you're with now, more kind of in a private sense. Okay, I would love to do that for you.
What's your website again?
It's mini-medium.com.
Mini, M-I-N-I.
Yep, mini, and then the little dash medium.com.
Okay. I will get on it a little bit later on and message you. Thank you.
Okay. Sounds good, Angela. You're welcome, hon. Have a good night.
You do as well.
All right.
Bye.
All right. Thank you. Bye, hon. All right, guys. I think we've got time. I know I had another caller waiting. So, and this, I believe, is Kelly from Virginia. Hi, Kelly. This is Mini Medium.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. Thank you so much for the call.
Yes, of course. How can I help you tonight, my friend?
Kind of the same situation with her, just always had bad relationships and a lot of loss. And
Okay.
or to finally find my person.
Right. Okay. Seems to be the theme lately. It's been interesting just in my own private readings, where and as I mentioned earlier, the beginning of my show, that right now we're in this, we're starting this energy of the full moon, and this full moon that we're experiencing coming on Saturday is the full moon in Libra, and this is really a sense of relationships and love, and it doesn't even have to be love. It can just be family connections are really seeing a lot of struggles, and people are questioning their past decisions. So, and they're, these karmic lessons are coming back around and kind of biting us in the butt right now. So, so if you've been feeling that energy, my friend, you're in the same boat as I am and others. Well, let me pull some cards here for you. Let's see if we can get some kind of direction. I know we probably got about 4 minutes ish. So let me see what I can pull in this time. Let's see here. Now, I don't know if you heard me mentioning, but the number 33 has been coming up pretty significant today. So do you connect with the month of March, the third of a month, as being a significant, death time, birth time?
Well, my stepdaughter's birthday is in March.
Okay. And she's still living. She's here in the physical. She has not passed, correct?
No, ma'am. Now, there could have been a few relatives that, there is a few that I don't know for sure their birthday.
Okay, sure. Okay. No worries, my friend. Okay. I just want to make sure that I don't miss that message for you. So, but just looking at, a couple cards I pulled for you and just a feeling of, what direction and love life. And this is so interesting. I'm going to show the cards on the camera. Both of yours came out upside down too. So both of them are connecting with the things from your past that you've got to let go of so you can move forward to find your person. So it's releasing, the crap per se that has just been, toxic energy, past toxic relationships. So, and you're working on it. I can feel it. So the first card you pulled, now this card, when I show it on camera, it looks brutal, but it's this 3 of Swords card. And as it comes out reversed, and it shows these hearts that are heartstrings being pulled all these different ways. It really is about having kind of this imaginary sword, and you've been fighting and defending and protecting. So I really...
Yes, ma'am.
Go ahead, hon. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. I did have one significant death, I'm sorry, on March 2nd. It was my beautiful disabled cat. I don't know if that has anything to do with it.
Absolutely can. Oh my gosh, absolutely. And this was your cat, you had said? Is that right? You had said your fur baby? Did I understand that right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Oh, I love I will connect with your fur babies, my friend. And I think it's interesting that you just gave me chills. So even how this is meshing, right? Yeah, this is meshing with even trying to find love. And, I always say we don't deserve our fur babies because they're just pure love, and unconditional.
Yeah.
And
they're better than a lot of people, unfortunately.
That's what I was just going to say.
Sorry.
No, that's what I was going to say.
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I that's exactly my thoughts, my friend. So, if anything, the validation that, your sweet fur baby, just as I'm feeling those messages coming in, as maybe, I don't think it sounds weird to you. Maybe some find it weird, but I say, ask for their love and protection because they're always there. It doesn't matter. Soul is the soul. But even just connecting with you, I know we've got like a minute and a half. Let me get this all in 90 seconds. The biggest thing I feel for you, my friend, coming here in about June, so right in the summer, keep your mind open to a connection that you wouldn't normally think of having. Okay. So it's like,
Okay.
we kind of have our type. Think outside that box. Okay.
Yep.
All right, my friend.
Yes,
Gosh,
ma'am.
I know I need to wrap up, but I hope this helped you, and how sweet your little fur baby came through. And I hope that this gave you some, excitement for the future, but also some comfort as well. Okay.
Definitely. Thank you so much.
Okay. You're so welcome, my friend. You have a beautiful night. Thanks for calling.
Thank you. Have a blessed night. Thank you.
Thank you, hon. All right. Bye-bye. All right, you guys. I swear it just goes by so dang fast. But we got a lot of beautiful messages in. So I just, again, thank you for everybody listening. Thank you to everyone with A1R Psychic Radio Moonstruck TV. I will see you guys next week. Happy full moon. Bye, guys.
to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for the mini medium with listening to A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome. Time for Soto Tarot, exploring your intuition with Eric Soto. Eric Soto. Live from SotoTarot.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Soto Tarot on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hey, how is everybody doing? This is Eric Soto, also known as Soto Tarot on the internet. Basically based on my cards that I've made years ago called Soto Tarot. I'm new to this network, so that'll be an awesome thing and a great network it is, Moonstruck TV and also Ask One Radio. Thanks for having me on, and I hope that I'll be on here many weeks to come. To give you an example, I have a little story to go by. I'm not a full-time psychic, though I've done it for 30 years. I had a lot of things happen to me. I'll give you a little example before I take some callers here, but I had a dream when my mom, I was about 13, 14, and I dreamt of her funeral. So I'll keep it G-rated because this is a G-rated program, but I dreamt of my mom's funeral, and 3 years later, she did pass. Unfortunately, very early. And at that moment, that funeral came to be exactly as I saw it. That is pretty much my birthing of my psychic ability. I've looked at it, I've studied it, I've denied it. I've gone through many lengths to look other ways, but it's still there. And because of that, that's what I'll be doing here now with you, is to share that ability that I have, and I believe we all have. I'm probably the gentleman that has a regular life and still does like to dip into the tarot business and also a little bit of mediumship, though I'm still on the beginner side. So the good news is I do feel things. I'm an empath. I'm an intuitive. I do believe very much that we're here to help each other. There's a strong connection. If you've ever had that phone, some of you who know rotary phones or even the old landlines back then, you'd pick up and say, I'm going to call Aunt Susan. And you'd call Aunt Susan, and guess who would be on the other line? Aunt Susan, and there'd be no dial tone. That's the connection we're talking about. Being quantum entangled, that's the big word, the buzzword that everybody's talking about. Quantum entanglement, what is that? It basically means that when two things are together or related, and then they're brought maybe the distance of a galaxy apart, they're still quantum entangled. I do believe there's some science mixed into some of this spirituality. I think we have antennas in us, and we do connect with each other naturally. And with all the buzzing going around with the radios and the internet and your cell phones, a lot of that gets dulled down. So I'm going to explain how I do this. The cards that I love them so much, and I talk about them, and I've made them. They are not magic. They're not. I believe it's the connection that I'll have with the caller that connects. That's where the connection is going to come in. I believe a lot of it has to do with that frequency. We raise our frequencies to a certain level, and when we're at that certain level, we connect somehow. I couldn't tell you how. I'm still learning. After 30 years, I'll be the first to tell you, I don't know jack. I only know about this much of that whole universe, and I'm learning a little bit more every day. Good news is I know a lot, though, and I'm here to share a little snippets as I can as we go on and as callers come on as well. But I'm here to share my story with you. I do believe that it's not a lot of hocus pocus. I believe in a creator. I believe in a lot of spirituality, that we're connected and there's love and we're supposed to do right when we're here. But for whatever reason, we've lost a little bit of that. So hopefully I'll stir that up a little bit and show that we are still connected in some way, fashion, or form. So I'll wait for the first caller, but when they come on again, explain that I am at sototarot.com. Real easy to understand. I love talking to my people. In 2015, I made my deck. It's still on thegamecrafter.com, and it's there for sale. That's neither here nor there. You may look and understand, I don't understand this deck. It has no words. That's neither here nor there either. My example here is to tell you that we are looking for people to speak with, right? I like to be on Facebook. You can catch me at Facebook as Soto Tarot 6. I like to be on TikTok. The whole social media thing is changing, so I'm more on Facebook than ever. But I'm one of those approachable people that I have no problem with speaking to fans or talking about physicality or tarot in general, or psychic ability or any of that sort. It looks like I have James in Hopewell. Hope I'm saying that right, James, in Pennsylvania. I've been through Pennsylvania. I'm a former truck driver, so I used to love going through Pennsylvania when I was in Pennsylvania. So, James, whenever you can come on, I don't know if I can hear you, but I will welcome you on. James, are you there?
Oh, I can. Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. How are you, sir?
I'm hanging in there, doing pretty well.
Good. So now with that whole spiel that I gave you, forgive me, I'm a Midwesterner, so I talk a little fast, and you're in Pennsylvania, so we may kind of meet in the middle there. Is there something specific you'd like to talk to? I can just pull a card. You'd be surprised. I'm one of the very first people that will just pull a card like so and talk to you and tell you what that is and explain, but you can still ask something. I have time. Queen of Cups. This is a lady that's in water, that she's bloated from the water. She's becoming, like Bruce Lee used to say, you must become one with water. One with water means that you're open to your emotions. You're open to giving your heart out. You have your heart on your sleeve. Does it sound like you, sir?
No, I keep my feelings suppressed most of the time. But yeah, no, total opposite.
Okay, well, this is the reason why. This is one thing I will tell you, that in the psychic abilities here that we have, and in the tarot world, it's not to tell you what to do and what not to do. It's a suggestion, right? A lot of times we've seen in movies, I think The Matrix is one of the favorite ones, when they say, it's not that if you're going to take that piece of candy or not. You've already taken the piece of candy. You just have to decide why you took that piece of candy. So, and this might be the opposite of, this is one of those, maybe you should be open up a little bit more. There might be a reasoning back in the past to saying, maybe I was scarred at some point. Maybe there was something that I wasn't able to connect with somebody. And because of that, I'm not so open. And that's exactly what this, in a reverse fashion, is telling me. It's the person from the cups walking away from the cups. But in reality, it's an exclamation point, meaning I'm going to return. So this is I'm more of a people person. I'm more of the real world salt of the earth. I don't really believe in that hugging and that nonsense that Eric, you just showed me that I should be. Maybe I'm more of I can see it, I can believe it, and I can understand it. Then it's so. But all the mushiness that goes a long way, that might not be my cup of tea. Does that sound like you?
Yes.
Okay. So now you're understanding, right? The first one tells me where we kind of are. The second one it is. And again, I'm not telling you what to do, and I haven't even asked you a question. This is the connection that we're starting on. Is there something specific you'd like to ask, or is there something specific you want to talk about?
No, it's not really. I don't know. Like, something seems off lately. Like, I've been catching things in the corner of my eyes that's not there. So I don't know if something's attached to me or what's going on, you know?
Sure. This is the Hermit card. This looks like a spaceship or a person on a mountain sitting out in the space. And it's a little weird to understand, but I'm going to explain it to you. It just helps me in the psychic ability here. The Hermit card is one that wants to go and be in seclusion. There's that feeling of, if it's kind of bad, but usually animals, when they go to pass, they will go and hide. Cats are known for that. They'll hide on their own, and they won't go in front of their fur mom and fur dad. They'll pass on their own. This is something of that nature. It's that feeling of it being a major arcana tells me that I don't feel comfortable around me, right? I can't necessarily understand it. It's not something official that I can touch and feel, but it's definitely giving the EBGBs. I don't really want to be one with this. I'd rather be in seclusion for it. And that's the feeling you're probably feeling at the moment. Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay. So that's good that I say that. That's just like saying, hey, your car is red. That's great. Your car is red. But that doesn't tell you anything. So we're going to go into a little bit of you can take this or you can leave it. Now, the Ace of Swords looks like the Batman symbol, right? It's a bat up in the area. Batman in the symbol here for Ace is a potential. Anytime there's a potential, it means potential in the realm of thinking or of your mind. So I will say this, the feeling that you have may be too many thoughts. I don't know if you're one, but I bet you are. And maybe you might be in rural, but you got internet. So that tells me you're not that rural in Pennsylvania, that too much of that info knowledge, too much of the news, too much of listening to the little, what do they call it? Doom scrolling. The kids are saying right now, I'm doom scrolling and I'm just watching all this negativity about the stock market and I'm seeing all this other stuff go on. That's information overload. That's the thing you said, I don't want to be. I don't want to be that antenna and be like water and absorb all that. I want to refrain from that and not take that in. So I would suggest that might be your business. It might be where you work. It might be where you live. It might be just in your church, or just the way you are with your neighbors. I would suggest to get away a little bit from that, unplug a little bit, get away from all the news. It might be, I understand, I feel like I have to be connected because I need to know what's going on. I'm telling you, give yourself 24 hours. Don't watch advertisement. Don't watch the media. Maybe watch some shows that don't have infomercials or commercials on them. Stream Netflix or something, but stay away from any of that mainstream stuff. And then if you can drop me a line at SotoTero6 on Facebook and say, hey, Eric, I'm feeling a little bit better. I don't feel so crowded. I don't feel like I'm getting bombarded by so much information. Does that sound fair?
Yes.
Sounds good, sir. I appreciate you calling, James. You take care, and you can definitely reach me out. Hey, drop me a line at Facebook. I friend everyone, and I'm welcome to speak things about whatever. I live in Iowa, so I'm one of those howdy guys. It's good to talk to you, sir.
It was nice talking to you. Thank you.
Yes, take care. Sometimes we just don't know, right? We sometimes are connected to things and we don't even know. We force ourselves to be on top of a cell phone. We force ourselves to be in social media. We force ourselves to be in a political stance of some sort. Today we're one way, tomorrow we're in the next. And sometimes we have no idea why we do it. And then we go home and we wonder why we have a headache. Why is my back and my shoulders, why are they hurting? Why do I feel stressed out? It's because we're just information overload. Not only are we connected in a good way to each other, we're also connected to each other in a bad way. Ever go to Walmart? I'm not dissing Walmart, but any of your big box stores, and you just get the EBGBs? That's usually what it is. You're going to somewhere where everybody has to go to buy something, food, necessities, what have you. And unfortunately, while they're there, they're picking up everybody's day. They're picking up this person who lost somebody, this person who got a car accident, this person who lost their job, this person who's being cheated on. And that's all being necessarily around you, and you're feeling it and you're taking it in. Very much like that card that I showed, like that Queen of Cups, the water, the lady that looks like a balloon. She's taking it all in. Sometimes that's good. You can be an empath and you have that heart on your sleeve and the shoulder. Unfortunately, sometimes you're that antenna like her head is. And you take that in so hard that you don't even know who you are sometimes. You feel like the media that you're digesting. I have Elizabeth in Clinton Park, New York. Awesome. I have been in New York before as well. Elizabeth, are you there?
Yeah. I'm here.
Very good. How are you today?
Very good. How are you?
I'm doing awesome. And I'm glad you have that lower voice to slow me down a little bit. If I talk a little fast or if I say something, just slow me down and say, hey, Eric, slow down. We're not going anywhere.
Sure.
Is there anything particular? You know a little bit about my story. We are connected, right? These are not magic cards. Sometimes I can do this without them. And sometimes you'd be surprised, like I said, with the phone call, thinking of, Aunt Susan or so, and you call each other at the exact same time. And you're like, whoa, we just called each other at the same time. How'd that happen? Because you were thinking about each other. Right. And you don't even have to know each other. We're being entangled right now based on the internet. There's so many layers right now, visually, audio, and also in the wavelength. So is there anything specific you'd like to talk about? Is there anything specific you'd like to ask? You're welcome to it.
I
can help you along. I'll tell you what, in reverse, this has to do with the Two of Cups reverse. That's the two bubbles splitting. Two bubble splitting tells me of relationships, or not necessarily always love, just because it's cups. It has to do with emotions, but it means there's a separation of feelings. Something strong. I feel this way. Someone else feels that way. Is that going on in your life right now? There's a literal emotional, not necessarily, we're talking logical. It doesn't even have to be logical. It could be this person's rolling up the toothpaste this way, and I want to roll it that way. But there's a feeling of an emotional pull from someone that's close to you.
Could be my daughter.
Okay. So let's talk about your daughter. if you wish, right? It's a G-rated movie, G-rated TV show, so we'll keep it. I don't know her age, but again, in reverse state, this is the Ace of Cups, but it's reverse. We're dealing with water again. Same cups with the feeling of pulling away and also a potential. This is the cup that splashes all over the place and doesn't collect it. So means that's telling me there's emotions going around. Maybe of a teenage atmosphere, or if it's not a teenager, it feels more of adolescence or acting like a kid for out of spite. Does that sound right?
No. She's an adult.
Okay. So is this anything specifically acting out of stubbornness then? I'll use the word stubbornness then. And it could be you. I'm not saying it's her. I'm just saying there's stubbornness.
There. Disrespect.
Take your time. So here, I'll help you along. This is how we're connected. I don't even know what I do until I see the card like you see it. 3 of Cups. Okay. Again, another Cups. 3 of Cups is the 3 ladies dancing in the autumn leaves, but it's reversed, means someone's pulling away again. But in this regard, it is about a third person or a third group, right? This is usually friendship, it usually means, but it's when it's added to something like this, that's the friction you're having. It could be that other person. If you're saying that this has to do with respect, then it might have to do with that other person or other group, that other influence that's happening on her. That may be why there is no respect. Does that sound familiar?
No. No, it was an incident where I was thinking I was helping, and she was so upset, saying, "I can't believe you did that." I know it was she was mad at herself for not doing something, and then called up and took it out on me.
So something that regards that you were trying to help, and unfortunately she pulled away and let you have it, correct? Is that what it sounds?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay. So it's the same thing.
And so
that's
therefore
right.
I pulled away. I thought, I just don't need this.
Right. Now, I will tell you this, I'm getting literally, and this doesn't happen, I shuffle the deck, but I'm getting a 1, a 2, and a 3 of Cups. That's emotions. So when emotions come up, that's telling me that's the most important thing. Emotion should be something to do with, sometimes we care so much that we say the wrong thing. Ever hear of putting your foot in your mouth, right? We think in our head, we're saying, I really care for you. I really want the best for you. I want you to be always with no pain and always love in your heart. And what comes out of our mouth is sometimes a little bit jagged and a little bit opposite. You should do this. I told you to do that. I told you so. And unfortunately, that's not what we're meaning to say, but it comes out that way. So a lot of times this is telling me there's emotions involved in something like that, and we just have to take a step back. What's the most important thing? I would guess it's connection with your daughter. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. I will take and stab in the dark. Let me know. I'm probably 99.9% right here. You're older than she is.
Yes.
Okay. So if the old saying goes, the elders know best, right? And sometimes we do. Sometimes we have to make things happen. Emperor card. Right side up. Emperor card means the Fibonacci spiral. We have to take authority. And sometimes authority means we retreat. That doesn't mean that we're weak. It doesn't mean that we're a loser. It doesn't mean that for some reason I don't know best and I'm letting her win. What you're doing is you're actually controlling the battlefield or the love field in this regard. And by doing that, saying, I'll be the better one, I'll take the high road. Hey, come here. I'm so sorry. I don't know what I was saying. I didn't mean it that way. I love you to death. Let's hug this out. What do you need from me? You know I'm always here. And guess what? Sometimes they actually understand what you meant and they forgive you. And sometimes it's up to them. It's their past too. They may or may not, but that's something that's human nature you can't control. But in this regard, taking charge as the emperor means you're purposely knowing emotions are high. I might have said things wrong. I meant it correctly. She might have meant it correctly, but I'm the bigger one here. I'm the elder. I know best, or at least I know best in this regard. And by this way, I will ask for forgiveness. I know 100% I am not wrong, but I'm going to be the higher road just to save this family, just to save this relationship, just to add that bond and make it closer. And I'll tell you, it's not easy, but it usually works. And if you do that often enough, you won't feel like you're diminishing yourself. You will actually understand the idea of what love is. It means giving, giving, giving. And by giving, that's how you get in return.
Uh-huh.
It's a suggestion.
Right.
Has she still in contact with you? Is everything still kind of glazed over?
Yeah, it's kind of.
Is this recent? Is this something recent?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So that's why, again, that's the connection. That's the psych. That's the picking up the phone. So again, if it's worrying you, be the bigger woman. Go to her and say, "Hey, I love you." I use the I'm old card. I don't care. I do it to my kids. I'm old. Dad doesn't know any better. What it is, what it is. It doesn't mean that I believe it. I won't admit it to him, but it's to make peace. It's to make sure your time is very limited here. And though I believe in another side and my half of my side of what I've actually occurred and connected with, I know my loved ones are around. I know my mom still connects with me. I know my family's there. This is where you need to do it. This is where you build the love. This is where you make the connections. It's all during this time. So make it last, because tomorrow anything can happen. Literally anything can happen. And that connection is going to be harder to make than just calling her up and saying, "Hey, I'm sorry. I love you."
Uh-huh. Okay.
Gonna try it?
Oh, I'll try it. No, definitely.
It's not, I'll warn you, it's not easy being an emperor. To make the good calls, it's not an easy thing to do. But I will tell you this, it usually comes back tenfold when it works. Very much so.
Mm-hmm.
I have a little bit left. I didn't really want to force this on you. Is there something else you want to add to that? Is there something you want to ask about that? Or do you want me to see?
Well, can I, my son is older and he has autism and he's going through a lot of health problems. I don't know.
Yeah, the ace, again, another potential ace of wands. That's energy. I'll tell you this: ace of when it's the flower, the dragonfly in the flower, and it's reversed, means there's an energy flow issue. One thing I've learned about autism, you said it's health as well, correct?
Yes.
Health affecting them. Okay. Autism that I'm learning is not a handicap in itself. There's things there that we have that I wouldn't even say make us special, but there is something there that leads me to believe that it's more normal than we think, right? Or at least it's normal nowadays. But this coming up with an energy thing is telling me that the physical part of that, or the energy flow, means, and I don't like to say this because I'm not a doctor, but there's an energy flow issue, meaning there probably is something there that you should continue to look into that has nothing to do with the autism.
Yeah.
So if that's something you're pursuing, you're doing correctly as a mom, continue to do that.
Yes, we
show
are.
your love, separate that from the autism, that this is something else specifically, and look into that and make sure that at least you're getting some other doctor's opinion of what this is. Because this is something that I'm feeling is completely separate, and it'll also
from the autism, right?
Go ahead.
Yes, it's separate from the autism. I was just explaining that why I was so involved is, he has autism, and yes, he's going through some major health challenges right now.
Yes, and I'll tell you what, the king here of Wands, this is him growing up. It almost looks like a empty head, or let's just say a different head. Its space is different, and the teeth are very gnawing. There's a lot of lashing out. There's going to be a lot of lashing out, more so with this medical condition that may look like it's tied again, and it might be a little bit painful for him as far as dealing with it. So again, go back to what I told you earlier about the love covers all. I think same as with your daughter, make sure you're covering, showing him that you're there for him, whatever that respect is. If it's touch, if it's just being with his favorite activities, if it's just being around and doing whatever he likes to do, it will be comforting for him, because it's going to be very stressful for him. And there will be a little bit of lashing out. So make sure that you stay with him during this, is all I know.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Yes, you take care. Thanks, Elizabeth.
Yeah, thanks.
Well, 30 minutes goes by fast, right? I'm glad you had me. I'd like to be back. Can I come back next week? How about I try to come back next week? You can see me at sototero.com. That shows all my social media, but I'm a Facebook guy. I'm back on Facebook. A lot of that stuff is on there. I sometimes did TikToks and things of that sort, but TikToks and things are all weird right now. So you want to talk and chat? Friend me. Say hi. I do free readings. Even though I book readings, I do little free one little card readings, and you'd be surprised what one card will open up a conversation for, and will help you see things that you haven't seen before. Again, it's that connection. I see someone in a grocery store, they look like they're sad. I say, hey, how are you? You look sad. And they go, hey, no one's talked to me for a while. I'm so glad you talked to me. Divine timing? Were we connected? Did you have the feel to do it? That's how we are. We're human nature, as we want to connect to us and in each other. We all have this ability. Some of us work with it a little more than others, and some of us still are stuck in that I just don't want to be around anybody in the Walmart phase, right? I just want to go in, get in, go home, and be done with it. I don't want to connect to anyone. So again, see me at sototero.com, or see me at Facebook as Sototero, SOTOTAROT 6 on Facebook. Everybody have a good night, and thanks for seeing me around the world.
To A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV and Lightning Television. Welcome. Time for Understanding Spirit with Mary Shapano. Live from MaryVCircles.com. Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv. This is Understanding Spirit on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Everybody, hope you're doing really well. Welcome to another week of Understanding Spirit. We'll get straight into it. As usual, I do a 3-card pull for the collective, and I'm just going to get you to tune in to whether you feel drawn to the number 1, 2, or 3. Take it as it resonates. It may not apply to you today. You might find Spirit might even guide you to get this message for somebody else. So, it doesn't matter. Take it as it resonates and kind of go from there. Okay. Okay. So if you have been drawn to card 1, the card that I have pulled for you is this one here. It has a beautiful gemstone on it. It does have some writing on it. I'll read it out to you. It says, "You are a rare and precious treasure." Okay, when I look at this card and I tune into it, I feel like this can go. I feel like it can go either two ways. So either you are a very trustworthy and compassionate person with a lot of knowledge, who is also very well respected, or you will be seeking the advice of somebody who is like that. Okay. And because I just keep hearing like a wise counselor. So whether this is an actual counselor or whether it's a friend or somebody, just seek somebody's advice, somebody who has empathy and a kind heart that can help you out at this time. That's where Spirit are guiding you to get some of your answers right now. Okay. If you've been guided to card 2, it's this card here. Okay, and it does have renewal on it, and it says embrace the opportunity for fresh beginnings. When I'm holding this card, I just feel like whether this is like an intimate sort of relationship, I just feel like while there are new beginnings, I also feel like Spirit want to say be careful with when you're weighing up your decisions around any relationship. Also, I'm getting, don't be afraid to fail. Like, follow what makes you happy. If something doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. At least you've tried. Everything is an experience for you. And just be receptive to new experiences, change. So if you're a little bit reluctant, to have change, around you, take a chance. It leads to growth, and it leads to spiritual growth as well. So again, take that, as it resonates. But I am seeing a lot of choices if you've picked card 2. Okay. If you have gravitated to card 3, the card that I've got here is leader. All right, and it's this card here. All right, and it's got got my pen. It's got here lead with purpose, others will follow. Okay. I am seeing around that. I'm seeing like movement. I'm seeing it like coming as a fast pace. If you've been working hard towards something, those delays or any stagnation around that will start to come to an end. I'm seeing many things starting to happen at once. There's also some kind of like a past life, maybe connection with you and either the work you're doing or somebody else that you're involved with that has a heavy sort of like influence. But now with all these changes, moving forward, I'm sort of like getting like, take a break now. Focus on like having a rest and just taking a step back just a little bit and just sort of seeing where you're going to go and how quickly things are moving, so you can kind of like work that out as well. Okay. Now I've got Kathy on the line. Hello, Kathy.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Hi, how are you?
Good.
That's good. How can I help you today, Kathy?
Well, I'm just calling to see, how things are going for me, and wanting to know about my daughter's love life, really.
Okay. All right. Let me just see what comes up for you. All right. Is she involved with somebody at the moment?
I guess so. Sort of.
Sort of, yeah. All right. I'm not getting like this relationship is, so I feel like it's had like maybe it's ups and downs. And I feel like there's some anxiety. So I don't know if this anxiety is coming from you or from her, but I'm feeling anxiety around this relationship. Does that make sense for you, Kathy?
Somewhat.
Okay. I feel like this person in some ways, he's, I don't know that I want to be this harsh and say like immature, but I do feel like there are delays here with him, like holding back, and he may have anxiety as well. Does that make sense for you? Because I keep getting that anxiety coming in everywhere.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
There is, I'm just going to see whether, has she been thinking about moving on from this relationship? Because I'm seeing movement with her.
Not really.
Okay, let's see. We've got some cards falling out here. I feel like this person is trustworthy, all right? But I just feel like he keeps like kind of like hanging back. There is I'm getting them like they're like a, not that they're not good together necessarily, but they're not always on the same page. But I do see that there can be success around this relationship, but they need to like really communicate better. And even if they feel like they already do, I feel like they're not addressing everything that they need to address. I feel like there are things, because I'm hearing like hidden secrets, and it doesn't mean that it's necessarily anything bad. It just means that maybe they want to know stuff, but they're not, asking about it. And I just feel like there needs to be more truth coming out with this. And I'm also hearing the Spirit is saying to me she needs to move forward with a new mindset of how she views this relationship. So I don't know if she's been hurt in the past. They're sort of showing me like a checklist. So she might sort of like have in her mind an idea of what she wants from her person, whether it's this one or somebody else. And it's kind of like, this is either something she needs to do or it's something that she's doing, but they're showing me like a checklist of what they want.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm also getting there's within herself, there are things about her that she's not happy with herself. Like there are things where she feels she's lacking as well. And when I'm saying that about her, this is like quite deep rooted with her. It's because it's sitting in my belly and it's weighing quite heavily there. And I feel like it's and it's a lot of stuff that she can't talk about herself. I would be inclined to say if she doesn't have a friend or a family member that she can talk to, it would be good for her to speak to somebody to just get things kind of off her chest. As parents, sometimes our children don't want to talk to us about everything, no matter how close we are to them. But I am getting she has some deep-rooted issues that she needs to overcome herself in order for this relationship to become more successful. Whether it's this or any other one, she's got to kind of like look within and sort out with herself and like look after herself and think better of herself. And she's got to bring things to the surface. I'm being told, and to see what else she wants out of her life. I feel like she hasn't sort of really explored everything in her life, and maybe she needs to sort of get more in touch with that part of herself, because there's also anxiety about settling down with one person, whether it's this person or with somebody else. And I'm getting she has a lot of questions. There's questions around this relationship. There's no doubt about that.
To A1R Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for Love Life with Katana Star. Katana Star. Live from katanastar.au.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. on one of our websites, AskOneRadio.com or Moonstruck.tv. This is Love Life on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, everyone. Welcome. I'm Katie. You're watching Love Life with Katana Star. I just wanted to share quickly, I got a tattoo done today, recently, only about half an hour ago, and it says 1111 Love Life, and this is in honour of my cousin, Robin, who crossed over a couple of weeks ago, and she loved 1111. She would always notice it. She'd always tag my auntie and myself, or not me so much, but my auntie on Facebook, and I try and always see it now, but the number 1111 is a very spiritual number. It's it means that basically the universe is supporting everything that you're doing at the moment. So everything's coming into an alignment. If you want to look at it as angel numbers, means your angels are with you through usually big change and transformations that, life-changing stuff that might be happening, and that you've got divine guidance with you. And it's a really beautiful thing. So she was the one who helped me come up with the name of my show, Love Life. And so this is why I have got the tattoo for her. So there we go. So here's to 1111. On the 11th of April here in Tasmania, I am going to pull a collective card. Today I'm reading from the Archangel deck, which kind of felt relevant and appropriate to do so, given that it's the 11th and I've got a tattoo for Robin. One just flew out, and I'm going to pick it up off the floor because it went flying. Here we go. The 6 of Raphael. This is the 6. This is beautiful. This is about embracing your inner child, new friends, or rekindled relationships through childhood. So the 6 of Cups in the traditional deck, and that normally means fond memories. Hi, Shanda. Hi, I'll be right with you in just a moment. I'm just explaining the meaning of the collective message, and then I'll get into your reading. So nostalgic memories. Happy times from childhood. It could be someone from your past even coming back into your life, but normally to do with fond memories. It's kind of got that nostalgic feeling there, and you can sort of see in the picture there's, 2 younger people sitting there and sharing happiness and good times together. Okay, so is it Shanda? Is that how I pronounce your name?
Shauna.
Shana? That's a pretty way to spell Shana. Nice to meet you. What can I do for you this evening?
I don't know. I was just offered a free reading, so.
Yeah. Well, you got me. All right. So it must be meant to be, Shana. Well, I work with tarot and oracle cards, and I can do a general spread for you if you like. And what that will do is pick up on your strongest energies at the moment and where your life is at. And, during that reading, we can unpack anything there. You can jump in at any time and ask me a question if you want to. Sometimes I receive spirit messages, not always, but I'll do my best to try and interpret what I'm getting if we do get any messages come.
Yes, I have a couple people that's died in my life, so yeah.
Yep. Okay, well, let's see if they come through today. And if they don't, the cards will pick up on your strongest energies, okay? So I'll just focus for a moment. And like I said, feel free to interrupt at any time or ask a question or say if it's not making sense, just say so, because then I can pull some more clarity and unpack it some more. Because the cards are always accurate. They're always accurate with what they're saying. It's sometimes my interpretation might be a little bit out of whack, and therefore I can ask for more confirmation, I should say. All right, I'm just focusing now. Okay. I'll just stop shuffling when it feels right. There. Okay. Oh, wow. You've got new beginnings. This is judgment. This is huge. This is big life-changing stuff at the moment for you, Shana. So lots of things going on for you at the moment. It's starting over with something. It's a bit of a soul reflection, you could say. You're probably at a point in life now where you've been able to embrace all the lessons from the past. You've gone through your
your mistakes, your achievements, all that sort of stuff. And it's really sort of brought you into a place of alignment at the moment in moving forward. It's a beautiful energy, this card. It's about, also setting yourself free from any form of burden. So, it's a beautiful card for self-forgiveness and all that sort of stuff. And the archangel in this one is Jeremiel. So it's beautiful. Here's your angel with you at the moment, going through these big life changes. And, where I cut the deck as well, I've also got the solutions card as well, which is temperance, which is beautiful. Temperance in the traditional deck, it does show an angel standing over the person. So I'm picking up very, very strong energy that you've got your guardian angels are really with you at the moment, Shana, and I think that's related to all the significant change that you might be going through. They want you to know that you are supported, you are loved, and they are there. Okay. The other thing right next to this is you've also got the Archangel Metatron, and traditionally this card is the Chariot, which means change. It means movement. It means overcoming difficulties. So can I just confirm with you, are you going through a stage in your life at the moment where there's lots of painful change possibly, things are moving ahead with something, but you've been able to really look back over all the things that have made you strong and resilient that's helping you through this?
Well, my mom died 11 years ago, and when she died, I didn't cry from her because I had a lot of anger and resentment for her. Yes, and then my fiance died 4 years ago, and I've just been an emotional wreck. But I don't know, it's just like the last year I've been I don't know, I'm starting therapy Tuesday to try to put that stuff behind me.
Wow.
So I don't know. Every time I start a relationship, I always move into my relationship with my past stuff. So me and my baby daddy, we've been trying to be together, but he just can't deal with me right now. He's like, you need help. And I'm like, no, I don't. I don't need help. I need a person to stay by me. Don't run out on me. Like I told him today, I fear abandonment. I've been abandoned like all my life.
You know what? These are why these cards have come out for you, to let you know that you are not alone here, darling. You have got angels around you everywhere. And you know what I'm thinking this is about? I think, Shauna, you needed to be at a point in your life where you're ready, because it sounds to me like you have gone through significant grief, losing your mother, losing those close to you. Grieving's just such a long personal journey, and it's different for everybody. And I think today I got shivers when you said number 11. Number 11 is a special day for me because in Tasmania it is the 11th, and I just got a tattoo done of 1111 for my cousin. So there's a strong message there, and I'm going to unpack that a little bit too. I feel, Shauna, that you going to therapy right now would relate to the Judgment card. Okay, so this is this is what I was talking about before, where you're coming to a point in your life now where you're ready for new beginnings and new changes. It's like that self-judgment. It's like no one else is judging you here. This is you. This is about your soul journey and your path forward. And I feel that you'll find there will be an amazing flow-on effect into your relationships and everything else once you start to heal, okay? And healing takes time, and it's different for everybody. And again, I keep coming back to being ready. And I feel that now you are, that you're taking this step, to get some counselling, and you'll learn some strategies on different coping methods.
I've never been happy to actually go meet a therapist. And I just talked to her on the phone the other day, and she talked to me for like maybe a half an hour, 40 minutes. It was like I already had a connection with her.
Yeah,
and I don't know if it's maybe me switching out and wanting to see women instead of guys. I don't know if I'm just mad at guys, I was raped when I was 7 and molested. So,
wow.
I don't know.
So you've been through significant trauma, abandonment, grief and loss and all this sort of stuff, and and now you're at a point where you're starting to process all of this. Is that right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I'm just tired.
Yeah.
Like I said, this is my son's dad. I've known him for 23 years. And I don't want him to walk out on me. I love him. I love him with all my heart.
Yeah. And look, you know, it was interesting when you were talking to me about considering options for therapy and that you spoke to this person, you know, the Seven of Cups came out, or the Seven of Raphael in this deck, actually. And this can mean indecisiveness. It can mean a bit of, you know, feeling overwhelmed by other circumstances that are preventing you from making a decision, because you can get so caught up in the what ifs and all that sort of stuff. And what this card always does, it kind of it encourages you to bring yourself back and center yourself. Okay, just to be still for a moment, center yourself and listen to that inner voice inside. Okay, because she's healing. There's this little girl inside of you that needs to heal. Okay, and you'll find, Shauna, that once you get into this therapy and once you start putting in place these strategies that are going to help you to heal, everything will have a flow-on effect. All right, your baby's daddy, he won't go anywhere because he'll be wanting to support you through this healing journey. Okay, I think you're very brave. And look, I've got shivers again. I've just pulled the Star. This is your energy. Your angels are so strong with you. I've got to say this. I don't normally get goosebumps like this during these short readings, but I've got them, and it's beautiful. And this is Archangel Jophiel. And this is about healing. It's about dreams coming true. It's about finding that belief in yourself. And it means, you know, things are going to get easier. There's so much hope there. And there's still so much in front of you, Shana, you know, that you can embrace with hope. You know, once you heal and nurture that little girl inside, to let her know that she's loved, very, very loved. It might not feel like it right now with everything that's happened to you in this life. To some level, that has made you so strong and so resilient and so compassionate for others too. You know, with everything that you've been through, you can really, I'm picking up, you're very empathic, and you'd be able to really relate to other people quite beautifully in that sense. So, you know, I've only got 2 minutes left here, Shauna, but do you have any questions for me that you would like answered by your angels or by the oracle cards that I have at the moment? Just to round up with?
Tell them to watch over. I said, no, just tell them to watch over me. Because I got enemies around me.
You are. They are right there. Look, you had 3 or 4 angels come out today, and they're always with you. You've always got at least a couple of guides with you as well. You know, your own personal guides, a spirit animal. You know, you can tune into all of that. You can do that through meditation, or you can just find a quiet space where you quieten your mind and really just start to listen to that inner voice, okay? You can do some cloud scrying. I don't know if you've ever laid back and looked at the clouds and seen images. And, you know,
yeah,
it could be anything.
I can't, not where I live. I can't do that where I live, but I actually do like looking at clouds. I used to take pictures of clouds and stuff. Yeah.
Well, you can scry with anything, Shana. I do have to get going. I've only got 60 seconds. You can scry in water, in patterns, in anything. But scrying is a form of meditation in itself, where you can quieten your mind, and then you can start to think about you know, some of the feelings and messages that you're receiving on an intuitive level. And very quickly, maybe it's time for you to take some time out, refill your cup. The holiday time recharge card came out for you there, Shauna. So think about getting away. Think about spending some time just for you to refill your cup. I do have to get going. I'm really sorry. I would love to sit here and keep reading with you. But thank you so much for calling, and I wish you all the best on your healing journey. Everyone else, I will be back same time next week. Cheers to 11/11. Thank you.
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV, enlightening television. Welcome.
Time for Mystic B Spiritual Insights, hosted by Anna Marie. Live from mystic-b.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio.
Or one of our websites,
askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is Mystic B Spiritual Insight
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hello, my cosmic friends. Welcome to Mystic B Spiritual Insights. For those of you that have met me before, thanks again for joining. For those of you that are tuning in for the first time, my name is Anna Marie. I'm your host each week. Whether you're tuning in via live stream or podcast, I'm delighted that you're here. My hope is that the world is treating everyone kindly. And if by chance that's not the case, just know you're not alone and people care about you. So keep going and just know that we're glad that you're here. I am not sure that I've actually expressed this up to this point. So I just want to make it clear, if you are ever wondering what I really love about doing this each week, is it's really that I'm blessed to have a chance to help someone in some way. I firmly believe that everyone has unique gifts. We all have a purpose, and I just take great joy in helping others. I know what it's like to feel lonely and isolated and uncertain, and anything that I can do to just help uplift other human beings means a lot to me. So I may be in this space trying to offer some messages that bring some clarity and encouragement, but I also want to help you find ways to just trust and tune in to your own inner wisdom. We all have intuition. We all have gifts. It's really just a matter of learning how to trust and listen to the messages that you're receiving. So that means believing things that you can't see, and often things you really don't have the comprehension to understand or try to explain to others. I've had to reconcile all of that for myself, but just know that keeping an open mind is really powerful. It means also learning different ways that you may get information. Some of us that deliver insights and messages to all of you, we receive pictures. Some people will hear things. Some of us just feel things, or we may just know information without understanding why we know information. But most importantly, it's really knowing that it's going to take faith, it takes courage, it takes time, and you really need to know that your gifts are meant to be shared to help others. So that's why we're here. So if you would like to develop your intuition further, feel free to send me a message on Facebook. I have all sorts of tips and free tools that I'd be happy to share. I do have some of them that I've posted historically on my Facebook page, but don't ever hesitate to reach out. I love to empower others to develop their own gifts, and just let me know. For this show, however, we want to use our gifts together and raise our vibrations to the highest level so we can find some insights, not just to share with live callers, but even just people listening in. There's always some sort of message that we can glean in what someone else is going through. And I'm learning from all of you at the same time. So let's raise our vibrations and let's get some messages going. Looks like we have Jenna from New Jersey joining us. Jenna, do I have you on the line?
Yes, Melissa's actually Tony. Jenna had put in for me to get a reading. So
well, hi,
she
Tony.
asked me to.
I promised not to call you
All
Jenna,
right.
but that was very nice of her.
Okay.
I'm
Thank
really
you.
glad
How
that
you
you're
doing?
here. I like to ask if people have a particular topic that they want to focus in on, or if you would like a general reading. Do you have a sense of what I can do to help you?
Well, one thing I needed to ask was, like, I've been looking for a place to live, and I want to see if anytime soon I might be able to find a place. It hasn't been easy. And, you know, that's pretty much like a lot that's on my mind, and to make sure my wife's health is going to be good. She's going through a couple things. My health.
So let me see what I can plug into here. So I think first and foremost, and Tony, I don't want to dismiss your specific questions. So I want to make sure I've got those. So we want, basically the housing is a big deal, and things looking up for your wife's health, and really some positive changes. Is that what I'm understanding? Those are sort of the topics that you want to drill in on?
Yeah.
Okay. So before I get to that, I feel like sometimes there's other messages that we're also meant to receive. So before I get to those details, I'm getting a little bit of other energy for you. Do you mind if I share some of that energy first?
No, go ahead.
Okay,
go ahead.
Great. So I'm not sure if it's a mother that has passed or a grandmother that has passed, but I'm actually getting sort of grandmother-like energy, someone that's passed away. Do you have a mother that's passed in the past year or so?
Yes, my mom has passed.
Okay.
My mom passed.
I just feel like I'm getting that energy first. Okay. So, and we all get goosebumps, but I get the chills when I'm if I'm on target and I'm supposed to cover that first. So I feel like your mother is a woman of faith, and I feel like there's a message from your mother that you've got to lean on your faith, even if you're not a religious person. I think she shared some things with you and taught you some things as you were growing up. She really wants you to embrace your faith during this time. Does this make sense for you?
A little bit, yeah.
Okay. I also feel like she wants you to know, like, that she's calling you out as I'm hearing, like, you're the baby boy. Like, I don't know if you were the youngest child or there's something special about you, but there was something about you being the center of attention, and you were kind of like the star, the baby boy in her eyes. Does that make sense?
Yes, that is true.
Okay. So just know your mom, first and foremost, wants you to feel encouraged, embrace your faith. She is connected to you. I also feel like she has left you some sort of, it feels like it's not just a legacy, but I feel like at some point she left you some very meaningful things. So aside from anything that she may have left you physically, I feel like the greatest power she wants you to lean on right now is just her messages of wisdom and her belief and faith in God and a higher power that you will get through this. Okay. And the baby boy will be fine is sort of what she's telling me. Does that make sense for you?
Good. Yeah,
Okay.
Sounds good.
Okay, great. So I also feel like it feels like there's some sort of offer that comes to you. So I feel like it feels tied to partially your question about a home, but I feel like it also ties to employment. So I don't know if you've looked for jobs that actually have a housing element, but this sort of feels to me like there is a job that has a housing piece. And the only two examples that I can come to in my mind is, like, if you were doing maintenance for an apartment complex that you may have reduced rent and have a unit on the property, or I know that they have like storage unit, people that manage storage unit properties, and they have housing allowance and things like that. So that's the energy that I'm getting. Have you looked into things like that, or are you connected with anyone that may have?
You sort of hit that on the head. I spoke to somebody a day or two ago, and there's a job for maintenance, and it's a place where I might be able to
Yeah,
room
that's
there,
the
too.
one that I feel like that's the one, Tony. So what I want you to do here is I want you to use all of your professional relationship building, all of that rapport building that you have. I want you to follow up with them again, okay, and let them know how interested you are. I really feel like that's it. I feel like that is your opportunity, and it makes a way where just I think you need a fresh start. It feels like you need a fresh start, but it also feels like you need some rest. Like you need to feel just more security and more stability with your family. And this feels like that is the offer. So I want you to put yourself forward, and it doesn't mean beg, but it means genuinely express your interest that you want this opportunity. And of course, that's my high recommendation energetically, but it sounds like it's something of interest to you. Is that true?
Yes. Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really think you need to follow up with them, because I think it's yours if you do the follow up and you let them know how much you really want that opportunity. And I think the housing thing gets solved. And it literally feels like this happens really quickly, like within the next couple of weeks. It feels like this gets situated.
All right, cool.
Okay, so but you've got to do the work, right? You need to follow up with them and sell yourself a little bit more. I think they just want to know that you're reliable and you're genuinely interested in this. So just make sure that they know that that's true. Okay?
Yes, I will.
Okay, that's exciting. I'm excited for you. As far as your wife's health, so I sort of have strange spiritual agreements with my spirit energies and friends, wherever they might be. And so I don't typically hone in on things like death and health and all of that. Obviously, I'm not a physician. I can't offer medical advice. But here's what I would say. I feel like your wife's health, it feels like it's sort of been off and on. Like there's energetically, it feels like it sort of comes and goes. So I don't know if she has some immune issue or if it's just something that has not been quite identified yet. But I feel like it happens in waves. Does this make sense?
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Okay. So I feel like, and again, not a medical doctor here, but my energy says there is something related to her diet that she can do to feel better. It does feel like it feels like there's just a chronic issue that may just continue, but that she can manage and maintain it through diet. I would just really encourage her. I feel like she doesn't like her doctor. I don't know who's pissed her off, but I feel like she's not happy with some sort of doctor. And even if she doesn't like the personality of a doctor that she's been interacting with, I feel like he's knowledgeable and he has the right information so she can find some relief. And just remember also that if medical insurance or coverage is an issue, they can't refuse to see her. Okay. So I think she just needs to be open-minded and taking some of the recommendations from whomever her primary doctor has been up to this point. But I feel like a lot of it can just be maintained and improved through her diet. And so I feel inflammation. I feel like there's some arthritis or chronic immune sort of thing that has a lot to do with the consumption of certain ingredients. Does that make sense at all?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. I know it's kind of weird how this stuff works, isn't it, Tony?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Well, hopefully it's offering you some encouragement.
You seem to be on, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I'm sorry, what was that?
I said you seem to be on target with what you're saying, you know?
Good. I just want to make sure, obviously, that not
just that I'm offering you some encouragement and hope, but obviously I want this to be candid and accurate and clear for you. But I'm excited about your opportunity for new employment. I really think that this is the doorway. So again, I want you to follow up on that. I'm guessing, is Jenna your wife?
Yes.
Okay. So you can tell Jenna I said hello, and that was really nice of her to get you plugged in this evening. But I also want to make sure that, she just stays open-minded with whomever her primary doctor or caregiver is, so she can find some relief. It just feels kind of chronic to me, but I think it will improve. I think it's just about her diet. And either one of you, if you feel like there's some other insights that Jenna would like for herself personally, you can always plug back in next week. You can reach out on my Facebook page or send me a message, and I'd be happy to expand further and see if there's anything else that I get.
Okay.
Are there any other thoughts or questions that you might have that I can help with, or were we able to cover a couple of things for you?
No, I think we were able to cover.
Great. So just remember, you get out there and put your best foot forward with that opportunity. I'm going to wish you and Jenna the very best in your fresh start. I really feel like this is a great new beginning, and I hope you keep us updated on the new developments.
I will. Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
All right, Tony, take care. So how nice is that to have a partner that is looking out for you and open to getting you plugged in with someone on this network, hoping that you can get some insights and encouragement. So good job, Jenna. We love that support that you provide to Tony, and I truly wish you the very best. I do have a couple of other brief messages. They're kind of mini messages. For some folks that know this, I do meditate before the show. Sometimes I get lots of downloads of individual messages. Sometimes I don't. I just have a couple of quick things before we get to our next caller. So one, I'm just supposed to tell someone congratulations on the wedding. I also get the name Joni. So I'm not sure if Joni is tied to the wedding, or if it's Joni's wedding, or if Joni is passing along some congratulations, maybe that are overdue. But I feel like the wedding has already happened, and there are some congratulations that need to be extended. And I do get the name Joni. I also get sort of a general message for all of us is to embrace the in-between. And whatever that means for you, just let it resonate. Take it wherever it makes sense. If it doesn't make sense, you can kind of let it go. But I think for me, it's sort of these moments. So Jenna and Tony, right? Maybe their in between is going from one stage of life to another, or one home to another. Or maybe it is a transition in your health. Could be something in your health, could be something in a relationship, could be your profession, education. It can also be things like this. And this is how I took it for myself tonight. Even just doing these shows each week, I have to be receptive to getting information that doesn't always make sense. So it often takes courage to share these messages. I'm human, I'm imperfect, I'm not always going to be accurate or right. So for me, that message was embrace the in-between. So even in moments where I just don't know, I have to settle in on my face and embrace that in-between. So I hope there's something in that message that comes through for all of you. But it looks like we have Judy from St. Louis, Missouri, that is also calling in. Judy, are you with us?
Yes, I am. How are you tonight?
Good. I was going to ask you the same thing. Isn't that funny? How are you?
Oh, I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Thank you. Even better now that you answered my call.
Oh, well, we have great people at the A1R Psychic Network, and they do really great job of just getting everyone from the list and getting everyone called back and connecting you through. So we're glad that you're here, Judy. I want to make good use of our time because I know it's short. I will just say, once upon a time, I lived not so far away. I was in Chesterfield for a while until I realized how much I did not like the colds. And then I had to leave.
Yeah. I don't blame you.
So I know you're probably dealing with a little bit of cold there, but I'm so glad that you're on the call. Thank you so much. Would you like a general reading, or is there a specific topic that you want to tune into?
I think a general reading, what you think the spirits want me to know right now.
Okay. Can I just tell you, I just feel your excitement. So I don't know what is new. I mean, I feel like you're just a positive person overall, but I don't know what is new, but I feel like you have good news that you've received recently. Is that the case?
Maybe.
And if it's not, it's okay. Maybe if you haven't received the good news, maybe that's where I'm picking up. You're going to get some good news, but I feel excited for you. I feel the excitement from you. But so you have not received any recent news in the last few days of something exciting?
I think I'm finally deciding that it's time to walk away from the marriage, and that makes me excited.
Okay. That's a big thing.
So that's probably what you're feeling. And I'm excited to be on the phone with you.
Okay. Well, that's great. Well, walking away, endings are always new beginnings. And so maybe the excitement that I'm feeling from you is that new beginning energy. So here's what I would say. And I know I do like things to happen organically. So you just kind of led me into the relationship front, but I'm going to just call out the energy that I receive. We'll go from there. And then if you want to talk more about relationship stuff, we can certainly do that in the few minutes we have. Okay. So big picture is this. I do feel you standing up for yourself. I feel like if you didn't stand up for yourself or advocate for yourself, someone was going to take you down, okay? Energetically, emotionally. So if you have arrived at a conclusion, at the very least, no matter what the status of relationships, marriage, professional endeavors, just know it's really important that you stand your ground and you not let other people take you down. So this is akin to the person jumping in the pool, trying to save the drowning victim, and the drowning victim drowns the rescuer. Does this make sense for you?
Totally, yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I feel like if you stay in the situation that you've been in, you will be drowned. You will be taken under. So I feel like no matter what the stance is that you have now, you are absolutely certain that you must stand up for yourself, prioritize yourself, take care of that, whatever that means for you. I also feel like you are just not sure what's in front of you. So even though I'm getting the excitement from you, I feel like it's all a mystery. So it's kind of like, well, what will this be or what will that be? But what's interesting is I don't think you're really worried. I think you're curious about what will unfold and what will happen, but I don't feel you concerned. And that to me just feels like you're strong, confident, capable, and you're a woman of faith. Does this make sense for you?
Yes, very so.
Okay. Yeah. I also feel like there's some scenario that you're in right now, and this might be some more of that excitement energy that I have, where you are actually the center of attention. And so this is going to sound kind of strange, and I don't want it to be disrespectful. I can only share it how I'm getting it. I almost feel like you've had a makeover, or you've lost weight, or you've done something with your hair. It just feels like you're getting a lot of attention now that you didn't used to get. Does this make sense for you?
I have been losing weight, and I'm getting my hair done tomorrow, so maybe that's it.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, because I do. I just feel like physically you have changed, and it feels, it's almost kind of the butterfly coming out of the cocoon to me, but you have eyes on you. So I think you're also attracting more attention, and not just compliments from friends or family or coworkers, but I think you're actually catching the attention of potential suitors, which I think is also good for your spirits and confidence as you move forward. Does this make sense?
Sure. Yes.
Okay. Let me see. Because you were asking about general, I'm just going to see if there's a couple other things that are coming up. So I'm going to say this is my kind of contemplating the professional business path. So I don't know if you work or what your employment or business or professional status is, but I feel you looking out and examining some other options. So I feel like you could continue on the path that you are and be successful, but I am getting a sense that you want something more. I feel an entrepreneurial energy, thinking of just doing something or going out on your own. Does this make sense for you?
Somewhat. Yeah.
Okay. Just again, exploring your options, because I feel like you could stay the course, but there's something in the wings that feels entrepreneurial that you have in your view. I don't know if it's a serious option, because like I said, I see you unclear about the future. So when I talk about these other options, just know you have multiple options financially, professionally, and business-wise, and they're all positive. So you can't make a wrong decision in whatever you decide to do on that side of things. Okay. I also feel like you have a lot of luck on your side. So kind of just in closing comments, I just want you to just not just have faith, but know that you have the gift of manifestation. There's luck on your side and everything is going to work out. Does that help?
Okay. It was wonderful. Yes.
I hope you tune in again next week, Judy. You seem delightful. I wish you the best, whether in a marriage or out of marriage. Nothing's going to take you down.
Thank you so much.
All right. You take care.
All right. You too. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thanks, everyone, for spending time with me again this week and just being part of this wonderful community. Remember, if you didn't get through today, don't worry. You can always connect with other psychics in the network. You can come back next week. You can also book private session on the Mystic Bee website or just reach out on Facebook and my Mystic Bee page. Just remember, you too are intuitive. You are powerful, you're intuitive, and you are supported, not just by me, by everyone at A1R Psychic Radio and Moonstruck TV. We thank you for tuning in and sharing our shows every week. Please trust yourself. Take the next step as you go into the month of Aries and the new moon, and just know that I'm sending you lots of love and light. Take good care.
Psychic Radio, Earth's #1 psychic radio network, and watching Moonstruck TV and Lightning Television. Welcome.
Time for astrology and psychic readings with Lady D.
Lady D.
Live from LadyDPsychicParties.com.
Connect direct. In North America, dial 888-454-2751. In London, 20-3519-2158. In Sydney, dial 02-8488-3147. Or online, contact us through our Facebook page, facebook.com/psychic radio. Or one of our websites, askoneradio.com or moonstruck.tv.
This is astrology and psychic reading
on A1R, the Ask One Radio Network.
Hi everybody, welcome to Astrology and Psychic Readings with Lady D. I'm your host for the segment, Lady D. I hope you've all had an amazing week. So this week coming up, we do have the full moon that is coming to be happening on the 13th. That's my Sunday of April at 10:22 in the morning in Libra. So that is going to be all about justice. It's about having patience, and it's about also trying to keep things in balance, and also there's be a sense of like fighting for justice too with this new moon, because it's all about Libra. Also about helping people, maybe also helping them too much, or wanting to extend a helping hand to people. It's also going to be opposing all those planets that we have sort of conjuncted up, that's at the end of Pisces, the beginning of Aries. So we do still have the conjunction of Saturn with Venus and the node and Mercury and Neptune all sort of very close together. And with Venus and Saturn, they are sort of conjunct for 3 weeks altogether. So I feel like we've still got another 1, maybe 2 weeks of that, those energies coming together. And it's it's been feeling very condensed, I feel. It's been feeling there's been a lot of issues that have been going around with people as well. On that same day, the 13th, we've also got the Sun, which is also going to be conjunct Chiron. So it might be bringing up a whole lot of issues, this new moon, and might be a little bit turbulent. I don't think this is going to be something that's going to go very smoothly. It's also got the moon squaring with Mars, so it's going to be causing a little bit of anger with the emotions that are going to be coming up. I just feel like it's about taking your time and just being very slow and steady. We've also got on the same day, Venus will be moving direct. So Venus will be coming out of retrograde on Sunday and be moving direct in Pisces. So that's a positive aspect that we've got during this full moon that we've got coming up. We do also have the moon and the sun in sextile to Jupiter, which gives you a bit of luck. But I just feel like all these other oppositions and these other things that might be overshadowing the positive. There also could be something unexpected, even news could be coming up as well during this full moon. Also really unexpected problems, but you're able to get through that in a really positive way. And we also have Venus and Mercury in trine to Mars. We have a lot of positive aspects still to Mars, which is also helping with our courage, with our strength, really motivation, helping us to get where we got to go. We're also getting ready for that. So Mars is also sort of in that opposition to Pluto as well, that it's moving direct. So it's actually coming to this actual opposition there too. So we've got a lot of things going on with the planets. So I really feel like it is just about that slow and steady. On the 16th, we've also got Mercury moving into Venus. Too. So there is a lot happening. There's also a lot of like stagnant energy too that I feel it's coming up, and things that are sort of causing a little bit of delays as well. But I keep on hearing slow and steady wins the race. So it is about, I do really feel like it's about being patient and not trying to get overwhelmed with things that are coming up. And I feel like the last few weeks have been feeling a bit tired and a lot of that stuff sort of going on. So it is about being patient that I do feel that's coming up with the planets and what's been happening this week and around too. And I also feel like this week too, it's also about trusting your intuition, trusting your instincts. I feel like we'll get a lot of clarity once we get to the middle of the year and we know where we're going, because I feel like there's just so much going on in this year already, and just with the planets and the cycle that we've got coming up. We're also going to have this year with Saturn and Neptune going to come together out in Aries and then go back into Pisces. We're also getting ready for Uranus to make a shift into Gemini for this year as well. But at the moment, we're just dealing with a lot of planets conjunct together, a lot of oppositions there with this moon. So I feel like it's going to bring up some emotional stuff. It is going to bring up as well, too. And I feel like that it might seem things are delayed, or things are just feeling a bit stuck and overwhelmed, and things that are really causing you grief, or have caused you a bit of pain. I do feel like that those things may come to an end, or feel more flexible or freer in the coming weeks that come up. So let's go to the caller. So we've got Jackie. She's in Sandy Ridge in North Carolina, in America. So hi, Jackie. How are you?
Hi, I'm okay. How are you?
I'm good. How can I help you today?
Well, I just seen on one of the Facebook pages, there was a free reading tonight, and I'm going through some things in my life, and I'm honestly I don't really have like a good support system at the moment, and like I've had a lot of hardships, and I've had to make a lot of sacrifices, and I just want to basically make sure I'm on the right path, and what I'm doing is the right thing, to be honest.
We're always on the right path. I always say there's never any wrong paths, just where we are at this time. I just feel that you're feeling stuck, and I feel like it's like nothing's changing, and that it's like everything's just going the same, like around and around. I feel like you're trying your best to stay positive and just to be open to receiving and what's coming. I just feel like that. I just feel very stuck energy with you. Look, I feel like that this energy is going to change around July. I feel like that you've got some news coming in July. I do see like a letter, so I feel like it could be like some sort of communication, something that's going to help you. And I feel like you're going to feel very relaxed with this communication. But I am drawn to July for you, and until then, it's just like you're going around in circles as well. And I feel like that. I feel like you need to start planning. It's like you need to overlook what's happening at the moment and just start planning to go where you want to go. I just feel like there's a need to start planning and to get things moving. And with everything that's sort of making you stuck or stopping you, it's about overlooking that and just to start trying to move in a different direction is what I feel with you. And it's also like just a feeling of lost as well. Too. So, and you've got animals, so you've also got a dog as well, a pet.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like your dog helps you through. Like dog gives you like happiness, and I just feel like the dog is helping you through this time that you're going through. I just feel like this is quite positive. It's quite positive with the dog.
Oh yeah,
and it makes you happy.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
It's okay.
Yeah, and it's funny because I was literally just having a conversation with one of my old high school friends. So the backstory is I had to move because the landlord. I've had my dog for 8 years. She's been with me through everything in my life. She's a pit bull, and the landlords knew about her. They petted her, they played with her, and I had moved into an apartment. And she lived with me in the apartment for 3 years. And every time they came to do inspections, they gave her treats and all of these things. And then all of a sudden, there were no more tenants in the rest of the apartments. There was only 6 apartments. And so it was just me left because everybody left. And I feel like at that point, she was just trying to get me out for any reason. And they had switched their insurance that didn't allow pit bulls anymore. And she had come and she was mad about my daughter drawing with chalk in our parking lot. And she had seen the dog, talked to the owner, And the owner said, well, she didn't pay a pet deposit, which I did. That's documented. And then they said, well, you're not allowed to have pets. And my dog's been with me through everything, and I would never turn my back on her. And so I had to, she said in front of my daughter, if you don't get rid of your dog, then I will send animal control out here, and I will have your dog put down. And my daughter, who's 5, heard this, and I had to call her
I feel like your daughter needs a dog. I feel like you guys need this dog. It really helps you through tough times. I feel like this lady, I feel like she might be bluffing, and I feel like she wants to make money. So I feel like she kind of wants. I feel like she kind of wants you out because she's about making money. This woman. So I feel like it's all about to her money. But I don't know. I feel like she might be bluffing a bit. But I keep on seeing you opening up an envelope and there's paperwork here, but a letter, it's like a letter. And I feel like it's good news. And I do get July. But I also feel like that there could be another move for you. Like where you are now, it just makes you feel stuck. Like I don't feel like it's the best place for you to be in. And I feel like the surroundings, like I feel like there's a park nearby that maybe you go with the dog and you run around and it's great. But I feel like the building where you are, I feel like you need to be somewhere that's more like, I don't know, like more sun comes in or it's more light. I just don't feel like where you are now, it's like home is what I feel like. It's not home.
Yeah, and I just moved. I found this trailer, and it's going from an apartment to a trailer, and I've had a lot of backlash for it, but they've allowed my dog, and it's for to own, so I'll be owning it soon, and right now I'm in the process of moving, so everything's like cluttered and getting the dogs used to their new environment. With my daughter.
It'll be okay. I feel like there's one more move to go. I feel like even though that's going to be your home, that where you are now, I feel like there's one more move to go. So I feel like there could be something that happens where you're able to get maybe a small house. There's something else here. I feel like that there's one more move for you before you're like very settled. But I feel like that I just get the dog's very important and it's going to give you joy, and the same with your daughter. But I don't know why I keep on being drawn to July, and that there's some sort of communication going to happen in July. It's going to make you breathe and a lot happier. And this is going to be something that's very exciting, and I feel like it's like a relief here too. And it's going to make you unstuck as well.
I definitely hope so.
You also need to give yourself some credit. Like you're very hardworking, and I feel like you need to give yourself a bit more credit than what you do. I do feel like there could be more learning for you as well, for another job or another career. I feel like there could be some more learning for you too, coming up even next year. So thank you for calling in, and I hope I've helped you today.
Oh yes, ma'am, absolutely. Thank you so very much.
That's okay. So everybody, we're going to have another fabulous week coming up. If you want to contact me, you can. My email, my website is Lady D Psychic Parties. My Facebook page is also Lady D Psychic Parties, and I will be going live tonight at 7 p.m. Sydney time, doing live readings. Also on YouTube, Danielle Psychic on YouTube or Lady D, and Instagram is Lady DS Psychic, and TikTok is Lady D Psychic. So thank you for joining me, and I'll see you same time, same place next week. So bye for now.
Fellow seekers of truth, wisdom, and light. This is Reverend Elliot, your friendly neighborhood esoteric practitioner, coming to you live tonight from the city of New York, where we're still freezing. It's still cold here, but I've got